They're not very appropriate. Why the hell are you watching these inappropriate motherfuckers?
Even
Anyways.
though I guarantee you that at least every child on Earth has seen at least one inappropriate video in their lifetime as a kid.
Yeah. We should be happy,
That would
Disney.
make you a bad boy.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I
Oh,
found it. I found it. All right.
A lot of people will tell you that
No.
Education.
So, guys, get a load of this guy. So, this guy, John, I'm sending you the link for. Oh my gosh. John. All right, John, there's the link.
Okay, 1 second here. Caught me in the middle of pouring something.
Well, let me get the chat
Okay,
up real quick
now
here.
I do have one, just a probably about a 10 to 15 second thing to show you here at the start. That'll set the mood nicely. Oh wait, shit.
All right, hold up.
Selection. There we go. That's the one I meant to select.
All right, I can see the screen.
All right, got it.
Oh god, it's EFAP.
It's EFAP.
I know. It's very short, and I think it's a very appropriate clip for anybody who hates Disney Star Wars.
All right.
Everybody.
Oh, they're examining Ironheart, obviously, in this clip.
Right.
That's just a good hat.
I disagree in this context. I don't think she can pull this hat off, nor do I think she can pull it off with for the job she's doing either. It just feels so out of place.
Like inside in the like in the store, like in her job. You don't think it matches her, like her hair and her colorful?
Well, so to put it this way, I think cowboy hats are neat, but I can't stand seeing Dave Filoni wearing it. Always like,
oh yeah, he's a fucker. But
that's because he's a fucker.
He's a fucker.
You're trying to convey with a hat, right? Like
he's a fucker. But
I'm sad to hear it one more time. They just all immediately jump in. Well, yeah, we totally get it now. Fuck Dave Filoni.
Oh my god.
But
Ooh, J-Man and his pals are watching Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Anyway.
Nice.
Ooh.
Anyways, John, so just pull. Is that all you wanted to show us?
Yeah, that was just a little clip from it. I
Right.
sent the same.
All right. Well, I got.
Bring this up here.
So this
a lot
guy.
of people will tell you that.
So for those who don't know, this fucking guy basically thinks that we should be happy that Disney bought Star Wars and fucking ruined it all. Yes, right there. How Disney saved Star Wars and why fans should appreciate it. So right from the get-go, do we agree with this? Yes or no?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
how much are you willing to bet that he is going to completely ignore the existence of the expanded universe after the prequels was created, or during the time the prequels was created? Star Wars wasn't dead after the prequels.
Guys, no, it's bigger and more alive than ever.
Oh well, if this guy says it, then it must be true. This guy's definitely fucking qualified to talk about it.
He's okay with us though, because he says he can't wait to hear our side of the story.
Oh, he is going to hear our side, all right.
Yeah, that's what we're here. That's what we're gonna do right the fuck now.
Oh, once I hit 10K, one random subscriber will get a Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Ghost vehicle. Yeah, boy, guys. Maybe I should sub. He's only about 4K away from that.
What are the chances that he owns it, but he doesn't want it? So he's going to offload it to some random sucker.
His first comment.
Shark.
You know.
And notice this, 19 likes on that comment. Let's go to the actual video.
Likes on the video. SpaghettiOs.
Look at the second comment. The second comment reads, This guy, Star Wars was fading into obscurity before Disney took it over. They expanded.
Am I a joke to you? We got Solar right. Solar right there. Yeah, you said I love Star Wars, but your arguments say otherwise. You despise Star Wars with a burning passion.
How many of this guy's own comments on his video is he gonna get ratioed by?
I think it's times like these that we definitely can, rest easy knowing that our mission to avenge Star Wars is working.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people are starting to be like, okay, the expanded universe exists. Star Wars wasn't dead. They're starting to call out a lot of these tubers on their bullshit. While, the shows just keep running around performing the same stupid stuff again and again and again.
Right.
Yeah, it's like we went into there was sort of a period where there was a brief struggle there, and now it's just settled into nobody believes your hype train shit. People are just there to laugh at you, half of your viewers, I feel like.
Right.
Well, I feel a big part of it's because the shills never, changed their tactics.
It's a glorified corpse begging to be put out of its misery.
Yeah. Also, hail Herb. Glad to see you could finally make it again.
Hey Herb.
Hey Herb.
Herb Masta, where are ya?
Oh God, is he gonna cut out again? This always happens.
Great meal. Think he's bugging
or
out
is he like Bumblebee? Or is he like Bumblebee where he had his voice box ripped out?
That's Bay versus Bumblebee, Brandon.
Huh?
Yeah, really. Why would you go off Michael Bay Bumblebee?
I grew up with Michael Bay Bumblebee, okay?
I mean, I guess sort of with what was the first movie? 2007?
Yeah, around that point, yeah.
I was 92, so I could say, oh, I was 15 when the first one came out, but nah, they were
Herb, we see your indicator going off, but we're not hearing you.
I'm not sure I ever even saw one of those in theaters, despite them all being like billion-dollar hits as I was like going through high school and college.
Right.
It's kind of funny because I was going to the most movies then, but for some reason just always ignored those.
Right. Herb, you got your mic working? Herbie.
Let's yell louder at him. That'll make his mic work. Herb!
Okay.
Like whenever someone can't understand your language, you just yell louder at them and slower, and then that'll.
Herb. Yeah. Oh well. All right, Herb.
Okay, hang on, guys. You may want to cover your ears.
Your mic just cut out, so that was fine.
Your mic blew out, bro.
Oh, my mic cut out?
Your mic blew out. Oh no, Herb. And speaking of blew out, Herb just blew out.
Yeah.
I
think I was too loud.
Damn.
All right. This guy's been pointing at me entirely too long.
All right, let's keep going. Oh, Herb is on his hotel Wi-Fi. That explains it.
Why is Herb always in some obscure place with his internet? It's always on a mountain or in some hotel.
Just go to your house, Herb. Come on. Herb wants to be anywhere but his house, it seems.
They think my kids are hell.
Chances are Herb is on the run from Disney shill. He's got to like hide in hotels, go under assumed names, stuff like that.
I'm just picturing one of those 90s movies where it's like incompetent kidnappers or assassins trying to go after some kid or something, like some kid's movie, and then it's just like Disney shills coming after him. It's like fake news Kyle Katarn and like Den of shills, and they're like bumbling their way, messing everything up. And they're like tripping over each other trying to chase him and stuff whenever they crashing into shit.
I always imagine them like coming up to us like those like frog people from Reddit. You know what I'm talking about, John? You know that meme?
Oh yeah.
Frog people.
Yeah, frog
I know the frog people.
Yeah, find it, Brandon, and DM it to John. Hang on,
oh, God.
Herb just said, I don't know why y'all can't hear me, but I'm on hotel Wi-Fi, but alas, the homie I met at this hotel has asked me to drive him to Manchester, so I'm about to help him out, but if I can send a message, Disney is a vehicle of demoralization. That's my input for this episode. That is all. Alright, thanks,
Look, Herb, unless it's a hot chick, it's not worth it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get on with this shit.
I don't think you even done the intro yet.
Oh yeah. Fuck it. We're too late into it. Let's go.
All right.
That
Let's
Disney's ruined
go!
Star Wars. Honestly, I disagree. I think Disney saved.
Where did you film this? What is this
I don't know.
backdrop?
I have
dude?
no
Give me
idea.
a couple minutes. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh boy,
A couple
this
is
will
not
be good.
six, buddy.
Yeah, well, you know what we think of you? We think you are a fake fan, and you are doomed to live the rest of your life getting called out and thrown out of the fandom onto your ass.
No, Brandon, I wouldn't say he's a fucking fake fan, but he is definitely a Disney. He's a filthy casual, because you can tell by all the fucking merch he has in his house and in the room he's about to go into. It's just the most fucking mainstream crap you'll ever find, right? Because like
Mindless
it's so hard for me.
consumer.
yes, he's a consumer.
It's so hard for it's so hard for me to distinguish because it's like
Yeah.
like it's really hard. You don't know if they're a fake fan, you don't know if they're casual. It's
Yeah.
all over the place.
Well, you get a lot of these ones that are like the, I don't know, they're just like older guys and they think the way to get an audience is just to like be super positive about everything. You got a lot of these on Collider where they would just be like, oh, I just love every trailer is the best trailer ever. Every blah 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 is the best blah 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 ever. And this is how I'm gonna build my audience. I'm a positive community, bro. And it's just like, no, that just means you have no opinion of your own, and you're just going to say everything is great.
Yeah.
I hate those
Or
kind
fall
of
somewhere in
people.
between. I think we
Okay. Oh, there's Solo. I'm pausing just to see the. So he's
Yeah.
got all the George Lucas stuff on these walls, and then
Yeah.
he's got the Disney crap on
can
these
all
walls.
agree that
Yeah.
Star Wars is in a very different place than it was a little over a decade ago.
Oh, there's Force Awakens.
But let's dive in.
Oh, there's the Last Jedi.
Let's
Yep.
dive in.
Ooh, nice intro.
Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I'm Patrick, DadOfXander, and I love Star Wars. Whether I'm talking about the movies and shows, or showing off my epic collection in this Star Wars
Your
themed
epic
basement,
collection.
doing product unboxings, building
Your wife makes you stay in the basement to talk about anything Star Wars.
I
She's like,
had
you
no
can have
reason
the basement.
John, there's the
with all
fucking
of your Disney Star Wars.
I just sent you the frog people meme.
It looks like
I
Ray
sent- I
is
just
just
sent it
staring
to
into
him.
his soul.
Yeah.
She's like, you will talk positively about my movies.
Yeah.
Or I will stab you in the back with my with the lightsaber I totally stole.
She's aiming it at his dick, and he's got the surprise face like, whoa!
From the angle. No, from the angle. She's from that angle, she is aiming it directly at his asshole.
Oh
He's
no!
about to shove it right
Oh,
up there.
no.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
light
I didn't-
dildo.
I didn't even want to threaten him this way, but he asked for it. It's very strange, but I suppose it's the type of fan that I have.
Yeah.
I saw the frog person thing. I didn't know if you wanted me to show that on screen
No,
or if you
it's-
just wanted me to see it.
Just show it.
Nah.
Just show it little briefly, John. Like not too long. Just like 10 seconds. Just give it 10 seconds.
Oh, nice. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Open link.
There
we
it
go.
is.
It's like Peter Griffin, where it's hanging down enough to cover up the dick. That's how they censor it.
Yeah. Anyway,
I
Alright.
did not need to see the full body.
you're welcome, Brandon. Anyway, here we go.
I got
Think
suspended
props and
from work for
cosplays.
this.
everything here is Star Wars. So if you love Star Wars, go ahead and subscribe.
What about this part? That's not Star Wars, you fucking
All right.
liar.
Let's rewind to
Okay, here we go.
What
There's
about all this?
Okay,
This is rude.
hang on. Okay, I'm not seeing a Grogu doll in the background.
So there's one. He gets a point for that at least.
He does look like, I mean, he does have a
he-
BB-8, of course,
Got
but
BB-8.
He's got BB-8.
He's got-
He's got a Bad Batch. He's got a Sad Sacks helmet in the background.
Sack.
He's got a fake order. Yeah, he's got a fake order stormtrooper helmet.
Yeah.
All the way at the far right.
Yeah.
this looks like he went into a convention and just like
Disney.
bought something at every booth.
He's
Like
he's
these
like,
are all, this is all
he's-
the shit that I always see at Steel City Con. It's always like every
He's-
vendor has the little like, you know, wanted. Have you seen these droids? Boy.
He's like Star Wars Sith. It's like, hey man, I gotta get my fig pins. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got Revan Winter Soldier. Yo, yo, yo! He's staring into my pee hole. Oh no!
He's like, oh.
Those eyes, man. Those eyes are just burning right through his screen.
Looks like a crack addict. Yeah.
The broken eyes of a shill.
Yeah. Anyway.
2010. Things on the Star Wars front were pretty quiet.
Really?
No.
George Lucas made it clear that he was
Wasn't there going to be like a whole new storyline with the one true Sith and everything in the EU whenever they took over?
Well, John, that's Legacy. That was already completed by that point. And that pretty much no, the next big storyline. The next big storyline that they were going to do, and that I particularly was looking forward towards, was the Sword of the Jedi trilogy by Christy Golden. That would have, I don't know what the plot of it would have been, but it would have formerly been the passing of the torch from Luke to Jaina, and Jaina, Ben, and Jagged would have been the new power trio going forward.
And then there was the fact that he had like the Force Unleashed video games, and they were doing a story with Starkiller, which is now unresolved because of the Disney buyout.
Thanks, Disney.
Or there was the fact we were going to get Battle of the Sith Lords, and we were going to get a playable Darth Talon. Thanks, Disney. You got rid of that, and I am never going to forgive you for getting rid of one of the sexiest Star Wars characters ever made.
Well, you're very welcome, and we're actually planning to bring her back. It's going to be super awesome. We're going to, of course,
neck, and then I just snap.
We are, of course, not going to objectify her like the old stuff. We're going to have her wear a burlap sack, just like the old Ahsoka, because any woman over 18 is gross to me. And
she's not fertile enough anymore by that point.
Oh, God. Rosario Dawson's boobs are gross. That's all I have to say.
I mean, they already censored Talon because they put a pair of pants on her when they threw her into the god-awful Galaxy of Heroes game.
Yeah.
On the mobile app. So, yeah, I would not put it past them to, like, completely censor her design.
Anyway, we got we got Revan saying shill NPC, hahaha. Mecha G saying, it's over, shills, we've got the high ground. And we got Revan Winter Soldier saying, sure, she'll come back with a penis. Anyway, moving
Star
on.
Wars movies after the prequels.
Okay.
The Clone Wars animated series was keeping the hardcore fans happy.
Nope.
But even that was
it wasn't.
coming to an end.
Good.
It was just painfully stretching everything out and resolving almost nothing every week. And then they were like, oh my gosh, they threw in a random little tease of episode 3, guys. I'm like, I've already seen fucking episode 3. You're not teasing anything I haven't already seen. And you're also changing it for the worse whenever you do tease it.
All of this we have proven on Filoni Fridays. Please stay subscribed if you want to go see that.
Yeah. New episode this Friday. Anyway.
But it was like TCW wasn't really keeping Star Wars alive. It wasn't appeasing hardcore fans. It was just appeasing casuals.
Yeah.
People who hated the prequels.
The only...
Kristen Harloff said it was great because it was dark.
The only thing that TCW kept alive was toy sales, and that was about it.
And even then, you had stuff like the 30th anniversary collection, which I had when I was growing up, and I'm in the midst of recollecting now.
As far as toys go, I always give the example of last holiday. There's a big Lego store at the biggest mall around Pittsburgh, and I went in there, and they have all these displays, all this cool stuff. As far as the Star Wars section goes, in the middle, like, island, they had a big Phantom Menace display. And on the wall of Star Wars displays, there was one from the entire Disney era. It was all original trilogy or prequels. And then they had one of the Mando ship, the Razor Crest. That was the only Disney Star Wars thing. They had the fucking Lord of the Rings Eye of Sauron in the front, like, display window and everything, because that was more relevant than any Disney Star Wars, the 20-plus-year-old movies.
Yeah.
I think it kind of speaks that Lego may actually just be an unwilling accomplice to all this. They're just contracted to make Disney Star Wars stuff, but they probably don't want to because they know it doesn't sell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's like that's why we're prioritizing making you know, oh, that's why we're prioritizing sets from like the 6 movies over sets from the other stuff. I mean, even TCW
they just know what
sets,
sells, so they display it more.
yeah, TCW sets even have become like a lot more uncommon compared to sets from the 6 films.
Well, and I use that example because it's very clearly a store for kids. I mean, I'll do passing through it because I like to see cool displays and stuff, but I ain't gonna build any fucking Legos anymore. So I'm perusing around and I'm like, wow. So all those idiots who say, oh, it's not for you, but it's super popular with the kids, like, doesn't seem like it. They're not catering like it's super popular for the kids. Yeah. They're catering like all the old shit's more popular with the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, world class bullshitters. I don't know if they're grifters or not, but like their whole channel's thing is going to different stores and seeing like a bunch of just Disney stuff in general. It's not just Disney Star Wars, but all this stuff rotting in clearance bins and such. I even work at a store. I'm currently suspended for 1 day.
Yeah, because stupid shit Brandon got banned for. Yeah.
But it's like I've seen like Disney Star Wars stuff rotting in the clearance section. Nobody's buying this.
Dude, at my no, this is not a toy store or whatever, but at the local grocery store, they had like a little display for toys and stuff, and I saw is her name Kira from Solo? Daenerys' character.
Kira.
Yeah.
Kira.
So they had her, and they had a little action figure of her still on display, which I can only assume was put out there in 2018. And I was oh, we're still trying to sell it. That's sad. Sad, very sad. Oh my god. And then we got Hello Greedo's kids are into it because he chains them to the couch, and whenever they go into the Lego store, he's like, you want the Razor Crest? They're like, no, I want the Tatooine. He's like, no, you want the Razor Crest.
Dude, I have like a really funny ass moment from like my Hello Greedo fucking my first ever video on him. It was really fucking hilarious. Where it was like it's basically oh, he chained his daughter to the couch and forced her to watch Skeleton Crew. It's like, yeah, because you forced her to, you goddamn tyrant.
I can just picture him walking around the house in his fucking stormtrooper helmet or some shit. His wife's just like, I want my husband back. He's like, only Disney Star Wars has me now. Now get the kids.
Yeah.
Hang
on, John. I gotta catch up with the chat. So.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, Revan says, a big veiny one. And Jacob, what are we doing? Revan, the problem is there are kids whose introductions to Star Wars was TCW. Yeah, I said this before in my Louise Julie video when she was reacting to Tales of the Underworld trailer. She could have been one of us, but instead, Filoni got her by her non-existent balls, and she just can't accept any alternative. It's all she knows. Justin, you're a fucking rat, dude. You're a fucking rat. Bounce. Revan, I knew
what?
these... Yeah, Justin's a total fucking faker, man. Fuck Justin. Revan, I knew these boys that love the show but hadn't seen the films. Yeah, this guy pretty much. Jacob, who can't wait for Mando and Grogu to flop at the box office? I sure can't. Mecha G.
Oh, geez, guys, I'm gonna go give it a chance.
Yeah, even Lego hates the sequel trilogy as they made fun of it in the Skywalker saga. Alright, Justin.
Like, as garbage as that game was, at least that was, like, the biggest highlight.
Yeah. Alright, John, go back 10 seconds. Alright.
The Clone Wars animated series was keeping the hardcore fans happy, but even that was winding down and coming to an end. And beyond a few video games, books, comics, there really wasn't
you
much.
do acknowledge that the expanded universe existed.
It's starting to feel like
a few books and comics, he says.
This guy's doing the ant thing where he makes the fucking random cuts too. It's like every sentence he has to make a cut. He's like, beyond a few comics, blah blah blah.
Like you there's no way you have to cut it that fast. There's no way you're messing up your lines that easily.
Yeah.
That you have to just do that. Like,
even in my fucking book reviews, and I'm as amateurish as it gets on YouTube because they're like the only thing that I even edit a little bit. I'll at least get out like a paragraph or so, and then like only once I'm going to a new idea or something. It's not every fucking sentence. And if you mess up, you do another take and try and express your thoughts more clearly. It's easy enough.
Yeah, but yeah, can we just focus on the fact that he said a few books and comics? Like, bruh.
It wasn't like you had
bruh.
It's not like you had entire omnibuses of, you know, the ongoing Republic now turned Empire comics. Which, by the way, I have the first volume sitting right next to me. I could stare right at its cover. It's not like you had an ongoing comic series for Star Wars. It wasn't like you didn't have a bunch of novels coming out, because didn't NJO come out like around the time the prequels were coming out or afterwards?
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
because they had and they kept saying that like it would get confusing having Anakin solo and then Anakin be a the main character in the prequels.
Well, no, John, no. The actual reason behind that was that George Lucas apparently thought that, well, he looked at their ideas, and I'm not going to spoil it because I know you're still working your way through New Jedi Order, but basically George Lucas looked through their ideas for the New Jedi Order books, and he basically thought that Anakin Solo and Anakin Skywalker stories were too similar, and he basically ran under the belief that, hey, the books and the movies and my movies should have different storylines, basically. So, yeah. It's not so much that, like, oh, that is, like, I'm pretty sure George is, like, smart enough to realize that the audience is smart enough to differentiate between the two characters, despite their similar names, but anyway.
To be fair, Louise Julie thinks that Dr. Aphra is an EU character, so...
Well, she's an idiot, so... Anyway.
I used to fucking listen to the Disney EU books, and I never ran across that character, but I heard the fucking Harloff and all them, they were always blabbering on and on about Dr. Aphra. It was like their favorite thing. I don't know if she was like an alphabet person or like something.
She's bisexual, yeah.
Oh, that's probably why they were always raving about her. They would never say anything.
She was also
specific,
extremely annoying.
I never knew what the fuck she even was.
She's like an archaeologist or some shit like that.
It's just funny because they would always be praising her, like fucking everybody on, I don't know if anybody's familiar with like the Schmodown, but like it was like they had a bunch of fucking internet personalities, a lot of which turned into the shills that Grizzy's clowning on now, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Like Koi Jandro and stuff. But anyway, and John Roca was there. But anyways, they would always talk about on their fucking Star Wars shows, they'd be like, and of course, we all love Dr. Aphra. She's like one of the best characters. And I'd always like wait for them to give something specific, but they never would. They'd always just be like, Dr. Aphra, universally accepted as an amazing character. Anyways, moving on. It's like, wait, I don't even know who the fuck this is, and you've brought her up like 100 times.
It's really hilarious to me that Disney Star Wars feels extremely small.
Despite having so much crap across 10 years.
It's all filler. They made 9 Thrawn novels.
Exactly. You hardly ever see them reference the comics or books. You hardly see characters from the comics show up. You hardly see events from, their stuff getting referenced. And then you have like the novels get retconned. The Ahsoka novel got retconned out of existence basically. It doesn't apply anymore. I think that's like the best example. Dark Disciple got retconned. And you have like a bunch of people saying that's one of the better Disney novels. It really isn't, but and I should know I suffered through that book.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I didn't actually pay for it. It was a book I checked out of the library.
See, that was back whenever I was still listening to, because I got a lot of this shit on Audible before I like discovered the real EU, because basically like after I fell off with the movies after like Last Jedi or so, I was just like, fuck it, I'm done with that, even trying those. Then like for the while it was like, oh, they have all these old authors that are really well praised, so I'll give these books a chance, like Timothy Zahn and stuff. And so you hear the fucking shills praising them, and back then I still had a few of them on my like YouTube or whatever, so I was like, all right, I'll give these a try. I need something to listen to while I work 8 hours a day or whatever. And it was like the fucking Thrawn books, dude, it was just holding patterns. It was like there were like 9 books or something, and the first one starts off with Thrawn going, "There's a great threat in the unknown regions. The Grist. Ooh, they're going to come get us. Watch out." And then the fucking 9th book ended with, "Oh, geez, the Grists. We fought one little group of them. Ooh, they're coming. Watch out. Here they come. They're really threatening now." It's like, brother, we've had like, this is like 100 hours of fucking books and we still haven't even gotten to the point yet.
Exactly. You can tell that the quality is just gone.
Well,
Like,
and they're
even
afraid to
that
advance
early
anything because
on.
they don't want to do any. They don't want to advance anything. They don't want to do anything important because they probably want to save it for movies or TV shows. So whenever it's all tied in like that, it's just like everybody's afraid to do anything significant. So they either make up their own characters and then kill them off later, or they kill off characters and then it's retconned later by something that they deem more important, like a TV show. And
I got a
it's
really good article on that later, but I'll save it when we're done with the video. Y'all just have to remind me. Anyway.
Right, I'll keep in check.
Anyway, so hang on, let's see what else we got here. Jacob, I could hear the soy coming out of his mouth. Yes, Mecha G. I gotta bounce now. Got work to do. See ya, Mecha G. Anyway.
Mecha Godzilla.
Something you loved from the past, not something that was continuing to grow. It wasn't dead.
Wait, what was his
Excuse
point?
me.
What was his point? John, go back 10 seconds. What's his point?
He was saying that it was basically like nostalgic. Basically, it was something you loved from the past, but it wasn't continuing to grow or
Hang on, I want to hear what he
It was
said.
almost
before.
starting to feel like something you loved from the past.
Okay, go back 10
And beyond a
seconds.
few
more. There we
video
go.
games,
Okay.
books, comics, there really wasn't much new Star Wars coming. It was almost
Yes,
starting
there
to feel like
was!
something you loved from the past, not something that was continuing to grow.
My guy.
It wasn't
Yes,
dead.
there was. There was the new Jedi Order. There's Fate of the Jedi, Legacy of the Force. Hell, you had the Legacy comic books.
In one,
Star Wars was growing. Star Wars was evolving. It wasn't stuck in the past like Disney Star Wars is.
so part of the reason why I started with New Jedi Order when I started the EU was because it was not the exact same time leap. Like obviously all the OT characters are younger than they were in the sequel trilogy, but it was kind of like what the sequel trilogy could have been. It's like we have a pretty significant time jump from the OT. Let's jump in here, see what maybe could have been done. And in one novel, in probably half of one novel, they had expanded and advanced things and done more different things because they weren't fucking recycling the empires, the main enemy, than in the entire sequel trilogy. And I would venture to say probably the entire fucking Disney EU, because the High Republic was the one that finally made me quit the books. And that was basically like, oh, we have a rock bands fighting the Republic in space, but we knew they were all going to fucking die because it was only like 200 years before a Phantom Menace, so they're not going to take over the galaxy or some shit. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there was nothing in Disney Star Wars, is what he's describing, where there's nothing advancing. It's all just mining member berries and trying to draw up little bits and chunks with each book of like, oh, remember this? Oh, you like the book now because we gave you a little nugget of an advancing story.
Like, here's the thing. Something like the Empire comics, they basically went back and they sort of added more context to a character like Darth Vader, connecting more of the original trilogy to the prequels, because you have, like, whenever Vader is the focus of a story, he'll have flashbacks to like his time as Anakin or dreams of himself being Anakin. I mean, the Darth Vader miniseries even did that, sort of showcasing him transitioning fully into being the Darth Vader of the original trilogy.
It's transitioning fully, no.
Oh no.
But it was like, it wasn't like it was nostalgia baiting or anything, but it was more so really connecting the two eras to get the two sets of movies together, really making that distinction. It's all one big timeline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Vader had
With
a,
Disney-
he didn't just stay the same for 20 years. He had a journey even after he turned into Vader, but before A New Hope.
Aw, damn it, Grizzy's
Exactly.
going live. He's gonna steal all our viewership.
No, Grizzy!
No, I'm just kidding, Grizzy. We love you. We're not in a gay way though, but we love
Yeah. Yeah,
Speak for
that's
yourself.
that's kind of the problem. It gets to a point where it's like scheduling conflicts.
you. Anyway, moving on.
but it certainly wasn't thriving. But then, Disney stepped in. Love them or hate them, they did something bold. They brought Star Wars back to the mainstream.
Really?
That's not bold. That's just they're making a movie. Congratulations.
It's like whoop-de-fucking even if we were to buy this man's even if we were to buy this man's fucking, you know, bullshit story, we know it's fake, but if we were to buy into it and we were completely fucking idiots, then okay, cool. They made it like they raised its public profile more. That doesn't mean it's good. That doesn't mean they kept the quality up.
Well, for him to call it bold, holy cow. I mean, Force Awakens, even people who liked it said it's a copy of A New Hope. Oh, but it's okay that it's sort of a copy because it had to reestablish things. I mean, even like, you know, after I saw it, I was like still hopeful just because they didn't completely kneecap everything. It was like, well, he left everything pretty much fucking open-ended, so I guess it could still turn out well. But it's like nobody was calling it bold.
What I'm guessing is that he's trying to reference the fact that Star Wars sort of faded back into being something mainly for nerds, because this was back in like the 2000s, back before it really was like, oh, it's, you know, the mainstream hit cool thing to be a geek or a nerd or anything like that, and now we have to deal with all these fake geek channels. But it was like, okay, people just enjoy Star Wars as movies, but diving deeper into it is like when you get into geek territory. Star Wars had a resurgence with the prequels, and then it faded back into being like, yeah, Star Wars is more of a thing for geeks rather than being something for normal people, essentially. That's what I'm trying to, what I think he's getting at. He's obviously like not, he doesn't get it because it's like Star Wars wasn't dead. It was still thriving. It was still doing completely fine. Just because you didn't have mass audiences talking about it doesn't mean Star Wars was freaking dead.
Alright. Hey, we got Lore Master. Hang on, Brent. We got Lore Master Chris. Avatar made $2 billion. Does that movie have any cultural relevance? Not really. Let's be real here.
Nope. People go to it. It's like an amusement park ride. People go to it in theaters and then they stop.
Yeah.
And then they forget about it right after they're out.
Right.
Like, being mainstream is not really the best. Like, being mainstream isn't really the, you know, the thing you really want to be.
Well, no, hang on, Brandon. I'll put it this way: being mainstream can be good, but it does not mean that you will be good. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, you can certainly be good in mainstream, like the fucking original Star Wars was mainstream and incredibly good. But yeah, you can certainly get contaminated and start having like cheap mainstream stuff, or just stuff once it's an established name. I feel like the danger of it being mainstream and shit is so much more, because it's just like people want to like it whenever it's associated with a name they like.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the problem I have with being a geek nowadays. But anyway, we should keep moving.
We got Lore Master Chris also saying, quite frankly, most things were better when they were niche. Yeah, anyway, moving on.
A movie, it was a global event. Over $2 billion at the box office. People lined up outside their movie theaters at midnight again. Star Wars felt huge.
And yet everybody accused it of being a ripoff, which it was.
It was also, it had been 10 years. Like, this is what they're trying to replicate now, but they've been putting out so many TV shows that they haven't given people a chance to miss it. People missed Star Wars in theaters, so yeah, of course, the first movie, they're going to be pent up for it. That's kind of how I was like. You know, I'd seen the fucking prequels as a kid, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a new Star Wars. I'm really excited to go see this. Yeah. Of course, I didn't know what the fuck they were going to do with it, but...
Yeah, because Literature Devil, he said this on one of his streams or whatever, but he basically was all like, the reason why the hype for Force Awakens was so immense and how, you know, just how everyone gave it rave reviews at first is just because they were hungry for a new Star Wars film. It didn't matter what the plot was about. It didn't matter who the lead characters were. It doesn't matter anything. Like, as long as they got a Star Wars movie, preferably something closer to the OT, because that's what everyone was asking for, you know, something a bit more, you know, a bit more, A bit more like the OT, basically.
Because
because the prequels didn't quite get the resurgence they did. But anyway, yeah, just something like that. They'll give it a pass because, you know, as Literature Devil said in that stream, hunger is the best sauce, basically.
Yep.
Well, I'm hungry for good Star Wars again, and I haven't gotten that for over 10 years.
We got Lore
Well, I
Master.
think that they thought, let's give it a 5-year break or whatever it'll be, 6 years, I guess, by the time or 7 years, since Mando and Grogu, between that and Rise of Skywalker. And so it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's been 7 years. Maybe people will be hungry for it again. But the mistake they made was they're constantly releasing shit in between. And so everybody's just grown more sour since Rise of Skywalker. Now they're like, you fucked up Obi-Wan, you fucked up Boba Fett, you fucked up everything in between. I don't want to go see your new fucking movie.
Exactly.
You know it's
Disney
TV audience because it's the Mando and Grogu movie. It's entirely based off TV characters.
We got...
that you would have to be...
No, go ahead,
like,
Brandon.
you have to do homework just to go into that movie. And no one wants to do homework to go into a movie.
And even if you do the homework, the plot is so simple, you frankly don't need to.
Hey, The Mandalorian has had incredibly complicated plots so far, Backseater. I don't know what would make you say that.
Yeah, I'm totally sure. We got Lore Master Chris saying, yeah, and how's TFA's reputation now? Poorly. Lore Master Chris saying, and 4 years later, Rise of Skywalker made less than half the money than Force Awakens. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, not a good time when you see a $700 million decline one time and $300 million more on top of that for the next movie.
Yeah.
Even though, and you know, Rise of Skywalker was artificially inflated because what was all the marketing? It's the end of the Skywalker saga. That was what really made me pissed off about media coverage, and probably what pushed me into fucking EFAP and Grizzy then, because it was like everybody just like started to push that, and you could tell who was a shill whenever they were like, oh, see, this is the conclusion of 40 years. I've been waiting 40 years from this movie. I'm like, no, fuck
you weren't even alive for 40 years.
When there were fireworks going off at the end of Return of the Jedi, nobody was thinking, boy, I can't wait for the next 3 movies. It's like, nobody thought that they needed 3 more to conclude the Skywalker saga. It's such bullshit, and they fell for that marketing so easily. So they're like, oh, I guess I'll completely change my whole life mindset.
It just showcases how you can tell, you know, a fake geek from a real one. A real geek wouldn't fall for something so obvious.
Yeah, like, I was still, like, trying to be like, oh my gosh, maybe something will be good or something if we get the right filmmaker or something at that point. Like
John, you were basically like that picture of Keanu Reeves sitting sad on a bench going, it could be fixed. You know, the one that Melvin used to
my
watch?
main hope was my main hope was from one of like the spin-off films, because at that point I knew it was JJ coming back, and I'm like, well, I don't really have any fucking hope for this, but you know, maybe they'll hire some solo, like how some people view the Gilroy Goobers and stuff, where they're like, see, this thing is good, but everything else sucked. Like, I'm like, you know, but then as soon as the marketing came out and they're like, oh, they're bringing back Palpatine, I'm like, okay, that's just like cheap jangling keys. Nobody really cares. And then all these fucking parrots and even people who I previously would like follow start going like, oh, this is the conclusion of the epic saga. I'm like, are you really like pushing this propaganda shit? Like, you know that that's a lie. That like everybody knows this is
that's a lie.
Like, everybody saw the fucking Blu-ray whenever the prequels were done in, like, whatever it was, 2011, where it's called The Complete Saga. And it's the 6 movies.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, even the Heir to the Empire, when that was coming out, it was like, it was a continuation. It was like, saga continues. It wasn't a case of, this is the end. This is like the true
It wasn't like episodes 1 through 6 were setting this up, guys.
This is the beginning of the end, and don't know where we lost control. Anyway.
Also, real quick, Backseater, I just want to read this off. You broke Justin.
No.
You broke him?
I did. How?
Yes, he just posted this to me 6 minutes ago. Brandon, your friend Backseater stabbed me on the back because I called out Kramer Because I called out Kramer about his latest action, which is proper because that he put the Tales of the Jedi review in a playlist.
Because you fucking put me in the name of that super chat when I didn't fucking want you to. You fuck.
He missed
looks like he regrets everything he said on him like a little itch, and Backseater has no balls. You are one of the witnesses, and really, I was in shock what he did to me. I don't know if I can still hang out with the Knights.
Good, go. We don't want your bitch ass. Dude, fucking Justin unsubbed from Scran for like some stupid ass reason. It's like, go, you little bitch. We don't want little bitches like you in here.
He did miss a chance for an epic. Oh, go ahead.
If you see, oh, sorry. Here's the last paragraph. If you see Melvin subscribers, it's from 10.1 thousand to just 10,000. For me, it's really getting boring now and no hope. It's very impossible Disney will sell it. They managed to make more shows even if it sucks. I may stay subscribed to you, I guess. Thank you. So, just because you called him out, he's willing to give up everything. Like, that is beyond sad.
What a bitch.
I just thought I'd let you know before we continue.
Don't care.
He missed an epic burn there though. He could have been like Backseater, more like Backstabber.
That would have been good.
Like, come on, at least be clever if you're gonna diss on somebody.
Let me see here. We got Lore Master Chris. Half of the trailer for Rise of Skywalker was footage from the first 6 movies. That's when you know the trilogy is screwed.
That's because it was all being set up by those movies. Don't you see? Weren't you watching episode 4 going, I can't wait to see episode 9 whenever they conclude this in 30 years later in the timeline with a completely different set of characters?
We got Lore Master Chris.
George?
Go ahead.
Yeah, everybody loves to say that George had a plan, but I'm pretty sure he didn't predict, making movies 30 freaking years in the future.
No.
That was from interviews
in
like
way
the
he
80s.
had a plan for all that.
Yeah.
They say like, oh, he referenced this as far back as then. And I'm like, yeah, and since then, what did he say? Oh, wait, he completely changed. That's why you're not bringing up anything past the 80s.
Oh, well, George Lucas changes his mind a lot. He might have changed his mind again. Lore Master Chris, the Skywalker saga concludes with a movie starring a Palpatine.
Yeah, that's pretty much
the
it.
Rise of Palpatine.
Yeah, anyway, moving on.
This movie was a huge creative risk.
Really?
No.
It paid off.
And it failed.
They made a darker, more grounded Star Wars movies that many fans to this day.
More grounded? They had the fucking thing vaporized 7 planet. They just made a bigger Death Star.
I think what he means by grounded, is the lightsabers now act more like baseball bats than they do actual laser
Or like
swords.
super heavy swords.
Well, yeah. Everything has like a much more chunky feel, I guess. Like the machinery feels a bit more heavier, I guess. It's a weird way to say it, but it's like Disney doesn't capture the whimsical magic or fantasy elements of Star Wars anymore.
A lot of that is just the CGI improving, though, to like show impact and stuff.
And like greater detail, like dirtier shit, yeah.
Yeah, like whereas maybe like during the prequels, whenever it was like such revolutionary CG, maybe things looked a little bit floaty or like
clean.
I don't know. Yeah,
Well,
but part of that was intent. But yeah,
I think it all just fit though back then rather than now. But that's just me. Like
and a lot of the prequels are meant to look clean because it was like the Republic was meant to be better looking than the Empire, whereas the Empire is a little bit run down and stuff. Yeah, especially on the outskirts like Tatooine and stuff. Yeah.
Anyway,
You're not supposed to have fucking Vespa speeders that look like brightly colored scooters.
And darker? Like, really? You're saying that Episode 3 wasn't dark? That Episode 5 wasn't dark? That Star Wars didn't have some absolute messed up stuff like Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen getting vaporized by stormtroopers? Or the fact that stormtroopers literally murdered an entire sandcrawler of Jawas just to get the 2 droids?
Oh, that shit we didn't actually see. This time we actually see the people on the planets getting blown up.
Guys, they added so much. I mean, they put that little black streak on the stormtrooper helmets.
Yeah.
It was such an amazing change. And they have the lights flicker inside of their troop transport. That shows that it's gritty.
It is like the most surface level type of grittiness you can ever get.
Anyway.
They claim is their favorite Star Wars. But Disney didn't stop.
Those people are idiots.
With the launch of their new streaming platform, Disney Plus, they launched the first...
Bro, that was like in 2019. That's quite a leap you just made 4 years ahead.
I wonder why. I wonder what could he be avoiding talking about?
Rogue One, which is a discount dark.
Failure.
I'm surprised he didn't bring up Rogue One, since a lot of the shills say it's like the best Disney Star Wars movie. Like, obviously they're not going to bring up Solo, since Solo was an absolute bomb. Hashtag Solo lost money. They're not going to bring that up. They're not going to bring up The Last Jedi because of what they did to Luke. They're not going to bring up The Rise of Skywalker because doing so automatically shoots your argument in the foot.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he's making the time jump, because like maybe outside of Rogue One, he doesn't really have an actual, something to bring up. And I doubt he's actually going to bring up the god-awful Battlefront games. I doubt the EA Battlefront games, or any of the other stuff that came out prior to the Disney Plus shows coming out, because I think Disney Star Wars had like comics and stuff coming out before then.
Well, he already established that games and stuff don't matter. Apparently only movies matter, because all that stuff was coming out before Disney bought it, and it was dead according to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has to be a filthy casual, like a Backseater said.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna end it with like a backseater. I'm like, man, dude, he's right there. Also, like 2018 was a very enlightening kind of year, because you had The Last Jedi coverage being run, where everybody was like, "Oh, only the sexists don't like that movie. It's if you're gonna criticize it, you better establish that you're not a sexist first." It's like you had to walk on eggshells anytime you criticized it, or be thrown out of every group.
I think out of all the insults that the Disney shows can throw at us, I think calling us sexist is the last thing they should ever call us, considering how many amazing female characters real Star Wars has. I mean, you see no one complain about Bastila Shan or Mara Jade, so to call us sexist is like just plain wrong.
Don't you know that Kelly Marie Tran was harassed on social media? So if you don't like The Last Jedi, you're pretty much an abuser.
Except, don't you know that she blamed media for it, not the fans?
Yeah, well, that was just the whole thing between her and Holdo and everything. But then the other thing in 2018, where they were running cover for The Last Jedi, was Solo. Whenever it bombed, and I immediately was like, well, this is probably largely due to the fucking sour taste that was just left by The Last Jedi. Like, look at how much people hate it even 6 months later. It's like, no, you can't have they started making all these. It was always like the revisionist history before Solo came out. It was, oh, this will do fine. And all the online hate for Last Jedi is totally just online in fringe groups. What the fuck?
Whoa, what
no
the hell?
Adblock doing their advertisement for me. Anyways, but
this episode of Backseat Boys is brought to you by Adblock.
But then they're like, as soon as they figured out it was gonna fail, then it was an immediate 180. You notice in all the colliders and everything, where they were like, oh, that movie, it was never gonna do as well because Bob Iger is really the one that pushed it, not Kathleen Kennedy. She wanted to release it in December. I'm like that would have made a fucking difference. But then they're like, oh, it's on a character that everybody already know. Nobody wanted a Solo movie. I'm like, you were fucking hyping up the Solo movie 6 months ago when you thought it was going to be received well. Hold on a second.
You can obviously tell that they're getting paid to sway the narrative. It's like, okay, we're going to pay you to hype up our movie, and then the movie bombs, and then Disney's like, okay, we're going to pay you to run damage control for our movie.
Mm-hmm. We got to at least protect the trilogy because we got another one of those coming out. So just take the Solo failure by itself. Don't blame The Last Jedi, damn it.
Yeah, like Disney can take L's, but they can't admit why it's an L. Like, they can't admit the truth as to why it fails.
Right.
Well, because The Last Jedi actually, they wanted to say that was like online hate. They're like, it still made $1 billion, guys. I'm like, it had fucking Star Wars in the name, of course it did. But also, you were coming off of like far more momentum than the Rise of Skywalker ended up having. Even with you milking that end of the saga thing, it still failed to even get close to it. Oh boy. Right. But
live action Star Wars television show The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And once again,
The Mandalorian.
What was the tune?
Some shit like that.
So
every time he walks in a fucking room. he's gonna make a cameo in his movie. The opening credits are just gonna be like, dark and dusty cantina. I'm here to order a drink, and then he leaves.
Even that's like if every time Darth Vader appeared on screen in the original trilogy, they just play the Imperial March, and it's not like they sneak. It's not like they sneak the Imperial March into the music like they did that with his death scene in Return of the Jedi. But no, it's like they just full on play a clip of that theme.
Like the
it
opening
would be like,
snippet, yeah.
That only works for darts anytime that he's in a fight.
Yeah.
It would get so annoying so damn fast.
Fans raved about the new Star Wars they were getting. And Grogu, or as he was known at the time, Baby Yoda, became a worldwide phenomenon.
Oh, no, he did not.
Star Wars wasn't...
Even the shills hate the name Grogu so much they still call him Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that name.
I guarantee you that, again, I think it was last week, someone said something about they're never going to let Baby Yoda grow up, and that's because Disney relies on Baby Yoda for sales, for toy sales. They can't have him grow up because unlike with George, where the idea was storytelling took more precedence over merchandise, in Disney's case, it's merchandise runs the storytelling.
Which is ironic because
as well
George
as, like,
Lucas was
and identity politics.
Which is ironic because George Lucas was the guy who heavily pushed for Star Wars to have a toy line in the first place. But yeah.
Because he needed to find a way to fund the films.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to make the meme of like, ma, oh, Baby Yoda's first words, and he's just like, make Mandalore great again. And it's like, what?
And then all the shells have an absolute meltdown.
Mandalore first.
Because they're all massive liberals who really need to get a life.
Yeah.
They just make Baby Yoda. He's just like, we need to kick all the immigrants off Mandalore. They're poisoning our people. Look, we couldn't even beat a fucking space crocodile. We're so shit now.
Yeah. Anyway.
As soon as he can gain intelligence, he just starts hating on everything.
Just back, it was bigger than ever. And you know what? Maybe the most important thing about...
This guy doesn't seem to understand the concept of inflation.
No.
Yes, it made $2 billion, but that is way less in ticket sales, like actual people going to see it, amount of people, despite there being way more people in the world now. And this comes up with console sales all the time where people are like, the Switch 2 is sold this much. It's more popular. I'm like, I mean, kind of, but also there's a lot more people in the world than 25 years ago. And the same thing with Star Wars. It's like, you should sell more tickets now. There's much more of a global network.
And just because something sells doesn't mean it's good. Like, again, going back to the fact that we were talking about Bay vs. Transformers, all those movies made like, what, over $1 billion? Not every single... If we're going by this guy's logic, then... like garbage films like Age of Extinction and The Last Night are masterpieces then. Yeah. Because, they made a lot of money.
Furious 7 is one of the greatest movies of all time, apparently. What's it called? The Alice in Wonderland live action is apparently one of the greatest movies of all time. It made over $1 billion, guys.
Or Avengers Endgame is a flawless masterpiece that totally doesn't have 100 different flaws because it relies on time travel.
Nope, it's better than Iron Man, Captain America, the first Avenger, the first
Captain
Thor
America,
movie.
the Winter Soldier.
I'm thinking of how many we could combine before we reach the box office for just Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, it's better than all of those combined.
Yeah.
All of this was an entirely new generation fell in love with Star
Nope, we discussed this earlier. No
There are
kids.
kids who grew up with Rey, Finn, Poe.
And they hated
Then
it.
why are the toys rotting on the store shelves? then?
Yeah.
Guys, maybe we've been
I'm pretty
maybe we've
sure
been going
it-
after the wrong thing because the kids have grown up with Ray, Finn, and Poe. Maybe that's why the fucking suicide rate is what it is.
Ooh, you went there.
That's the darkest humor that I'll ever do, but it was just too much of a juicy joke with what this guy just fucking said.
And on top of that, if these kids truly love Disney Star Wars, then you would think that toys would be flying off the shelves like they did back in the day. But no, they're not.
This is why I brought up the
kids-
Lego example, because I knew he was going to bring up this fucking example, just like Hello Greedo always does.
Yeah. Dude,
Kids don't.
No, go ahead, Brandon.
I mean, George Lucas was right. Kids are a lot smarter than people give them credit for. They know shit when they see it.
Hey, it's Knights Undercover. Avengers Endgame has problems and not a perfect movie. Yeah, it's kind of got its
Oh,
flaws.
yeah. As soon as you introduce time travel, you introduce a million plot holes.
Yeah.
In the same light that I see Han, Luke, Leia. Family
No one
sat
sees them in
down
that same
together
light.
to watch them.
Yeah, that shit ain't that is not, because those characters have a million like memorable moments and character traits and stuff. It's just like,
And
what do you
lines.
like about Rey? Oh, she's strong and nice. It's like, oh, yeah, okay.
What do you like about Finn? He screams a lot.
He's black.
We like little
What do you like?
little chocolate chips on a cookie.
What do you like about Poe Dameron? Cricket chirp, cricket chirp, cricket chirp. Like, I swear you can't say
pilot.
really
He's a
anything
pilot.
about Poe.
and stuff. he pilots good.
Knights
He
of
learned from.
Yeah, Knights of Undercover. Thor and Thanos got ruined in Endgame. Yeah.
Oh God, Fortnite.
The Mandalorian every single week. Star Wars wasn't just a nostalgic memory from the past. It's alive.
It never
it's
was.
growing.
Not until
and it's
Disney
being
bought it.
passed down to new fans.
No.
Now, I'm
No, it's
gonna-
not.
You can always pass it down. Passing it down is not just having new shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think I've told this story before. Like, just because I saw it on fucking Max or HBO Max or whatever they're calling themselves now.
HBO Max, they went back to that.
Yeah, they're schizophrenic. They like to go back and forth. That's a good decision though. You should have HBO in there. But the Bruce Timm, Superman animated series. They had the crossover episode with Batman. It's like a 3-parter, World's Finest. It's whenever they first meet. You know, I saw that Superman series on there, and I'm like, sitting there with the folks, and I'm like, oh, I think you guys would like this. It's certainly better than Batman v Superman. And I just played like part 1 through 3 of that like little arc, because it's pretty much like a standalone kind of thing if you know the basic characters, which everybody does. And my fucking 60-something-year-old parents, they were vastly entertained by that more than any of the current like DC movies or anything. And it's probably like under an hour and a half, and it's because it's a fucking great 3-part story with a shit ton of characters in there. You can't say too many characters. They made it work, and it's just like anything will work. You can pass down anything. It doesn't have to be just a new thing. Like,
I mean, going to me, my dad passed down the expanded universe to me. I grew up with Star Trek. I grew up with Star Wars. I grew up with Transformers. Yeah, I grew up with like the current iterations at the time, but I also grew up with like the old stuff. I wasn't just consuming new, I was consuming old.
yeah.
Pretend that Disney Star Wars has been perfect. The sequel trilogy divided the fan base a little bit.
That's
A little
being
bit.
generous.
Pretty sure it, no. Here's what happened. For the most part, The Force Awakens was like people were willing to give Disney a mulligan.
Yeah, shot.
The Last Jedi was divisive because you had tons of people like my dad who was like, yeah, I'm done with this. And then you have other idiots who were like, I'm going to give him one more chance. And then The Rise of Palpatine came out, and pretty much everyone was unanimous when they said, yeah, Disney Star Wars is dead. Like, there is absolutely no hope.
Well, because they pushed all their chips to the table. That was the double-edged sword of being like, this is the big finale to the saga. It's like, well, it better be good then. And it wasn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the sequel trilogy as a whole divided the fandom. If it divided the fandom, it divided us between the real fans and the fake.
Yeah.
The grifters and the shills.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Double
Now,
AA.
you know-
What up, you beautiful, sexy sons of bitches? What up, Double AA? Anyway.
Performed.
Hang on.
Never
Hang on.
mind.
Did he talk about Solo right there? Go back 10 seconds, John.
And the Disney Star Wars has been perfect. The sequel trilogy divided the fan base a little bit. Solo, a Star Wars story, underperformed.
No, it didn't
that is such a
underperform.
generous
It
way.
lost money.
I love how he said. I love how he says
underperformed.
Solo bombed. It was like the lowest rated Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
This is like the biggest spin job ever, where like you'll admit something failed, but do it in the nicest way possible. Where you're just
No.
like, you
It's
kinda
not
brush
it's
over
not
it.
just a spin job. It's a spin blow job.
Ah!
He's still like sucking off to Disney while he's trying to spin the narrative. Like he even says the sequel trilogy divided the fandom a little bit.
Yeah.
So, are you just going to ignore the fact everyone collectively hates The Last Jedi or The Rise of
Or
Palpatine
both, yeah.
and what they did to the characters from the old films?
Knights of Undercover.
Dear God.
Knights of Undercover says Fall of Skywalker is the rise of Skywalker. Yeah. Double A, Big Baby, where are you? I don't think Big Baby's showing up. I think Big Baby.
Where is Big Baby? Is he safe? Is he all right?
I don't. He hasn't shown up yet. He might be lurking. I don't think he is. I think he's just flat out not here. And we got Double AA.
I think for the most part he might have finally sort of
I
given
think
up.
he got the
I mean,
hint.
yesterday he was trying to friend me like crazy on Discord.
Yeah.
And I ignored him obviously, but
Yeah.
it was after he called me a child predator and somebody called him out on it because the video he was using as evidence was a shit post somebody made on me.
He must be the Hassan
I think
Piker
after that.
school.
Yeah, I think he finally shut up because I still see him lurking around. But now he's like, I want to talk to you about your behavior on Discord. Like he's trying to sound like a big parent or an authority figure, trying to say, hey, come into Discord. I want to discuss your behavior about how you're acting towards others. But other than that, I really don't see him like doing much anymore. So I think he's finally like shutting up.
Hopefully he gets a life and just watches shit that he actually agrees with from now on instead of like constant spending 6-hour gaming streams trying to own somebody. Dude, it's like whenever Ant stopped by after his fucking fans were going after me the whole weekend and he's just like, I get so many notifications, you need to go touch grass. I'm like, have you said anything to these two fuckers that keep going after me?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm
He
just
did the same
shitting
to
on
me
them
and
right back.
Backseater. He did the same to me and Backseater when we were arguing with him once.
Yeah. Anyway, hang on. We got.
Let's be honest.
We still got some of the chat here to read through. Double A says underperformance. Yeah, that's a bit of a generous thing to put it. Double A, not a little bit, a massive black hole type division. Yeah, pretty much. And we got Mecha G saying, yeah, I called him out on it. All right, that's it. Moving on.
This is like him saying Solo underperformed is like if you're like walking into the bedroom with the girl and you trip over yourself, slap yourself with your own dick, ejaculate on your face, and you come out of it going, well, I underperformed a little bit, you know? It's like,
Or it's like you entered the bedroom and then you exit out and she's not completely satisfied and you're like, oh, well, I underperformed a little bit.
Yeah, and we got Mecha G saying, I'm back thanks to a break in work. All right, let's keep going.
Star Wars has always been messy. People today
No, it hasn't.
forget how controversial the prequel trilogy was.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, prequel haters were in the wrong.
Yeah.
We have proven that time and time and time again. Anomaly Inc., Revenge of the Prequels, helping showcase, that a lot of the people making these points that Red Letter Media and so on introduced, they're wrong. They were in the wrong. They were people who just couldn't grow up and accept that the prequels were good.
Yeah.
He's giving you a look right now.
He's all like, oh,
Excuse me?
Looks like he's about to
He
shit
looks like
his
he's about to
pants in
shit himself.
fear, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm telling them off.
He saw
Yeah.
the he saw the Pepes coming at or Pepos or whatever they're called.
The Pepe.
Coming at him.
The army of
Yeah.
Pepes, yeah. Anyway.
Bullied because fans didn't get what they wanted in their mind.
Wait, who got bullied?
Wait, did he just?
Controversial.
Oh,
What?
He's
hang on.
best in Lloyd.
I want to see who he says was bullied.
Alright.
Hang
the
on.
prequel trilogy was. And that actors
When did this come
were
out?
bullied because fans didn't get what they wanted in their
Oh
minds.
my god.
When
came
did this
out,
video come out? When did this?
April, very recently.
April
30th.
this
Oh
year.
my god, this video is outdated before it even released.
Will you
Jake Lloyd's mother debunked the idea that, it was the Star Wars fans that led to him becoming schizophrenic. Ahmed Best never blamed the fans for being the reason he thought the way he did.
Yeah.
For any of our younger fans,
I don't-
the Phantom Menace came out in 1999.
Mhm.
The internet back then was AOL chat rooms where you had to be fucking friends with someone to even chat with them, and there was no social media, there was no YouTube. So guess what the quote unquote bullying was? It was published legacy journalists saying how much Ahmad Best and Jake Lloyd sucked. So if you want to assign any bullying, don't go after fans. Go after the fucking legacy, who a lot of whom are probably still shills on the internet to this day.
Dude.
I'm pretty sure the fans were never blamed by the actors either.
Yeah. Dude, could you imagine if Jake Lloyd back in the day being all simple and he's like, why you bully me? You fucking bitch, why you bully me? Anyway, we got Mecha G saying, yeah, I called him out on it. Oh yeah, I read the part. I wouldn't be surprised if the prequel haters or the shills, and then Mecha G's like, fucking called it. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway.
Even George Lucas decided he was done making Star Wars.
He was already
because
done! No.
He was already done after Revenge of the Sith.
He was like, 6 is enough, I'm done. I've told my story. Oh
he was
my
starting
God.
a second family at the time. He had the whole EU going on.
Married a new
you know,
wife,
yeah.
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 I mean, yeah, he was involved with making Star Wars Underworld, which I would have loved to see, but it wasn't a continuation of his story. It was just him playing in his universe.
Right.
It was he was kind of done. And I guarantee you, part of the reason he wanted to sell was because it was more than just prequel hate. It was the fact that people tried to rip away all of his accomplishments, like Rocket Jump. When they made their video about how Star Wars wasn't saved because of George Lucas, it was saved by so many other people, and a lot of prequel haters ran with that narrative, that George wasn't the reason Star Wars became a success, that it wasn't George's creative imagination or writing or the fact that he oversaw and approved of everything. It was the idea that everyone was working against him, that he himself was just an idiot. So I'm like, I can't imagine just how hurt he probably would have been that people ran with that narrative, because prequel hate was really popular until, we finally grew up, we got our own voice, and we started, clapping back. We started debunking their bullshit.
Honestly, prequel hate was popular until people saw how shit Star Wars could actually be. And they were like, oh my gosh.
Well, Disney Star Wars just kind of accelerated the process.
Yeah.
Hate the prequels got. The point is, whether you love the sequel trilogy, hate it, or you're falling somewhere in between, Disney has made sure that Star Wars stays alive. And that is
why
giving them a chance to...
Then why is every single Star Wars product that they have made sold like shit or has been rated like shit?
Right.
This guy is under the
Why did
mentality
the
of, like, just
acolyte get
making
can-
more is good, and that just makes
Like,
it
why did
sludge
the-
that nobody cares about.
Like, why did the Acolyte get canceled when it had, like, what, $2 billion thrown into it? Exactly. Like, tell me why that is the case. Why
'Cause of
did
the
it
online
rate
hate.
lower than, like, why did it get rated lower than the freaking holiday special?
Yeah. We got
Well, it a lot of people saw it, so you're wrong.
We got Mecha G saying, "Did anyone else see George with his satirical Mara J reaction?" Yes, Mecha G, I have seen that.
Oh my god. I think some EU haters saw that as legitimate.
No,
I still think some of them
it's
do.
obviously for Robot Chicken because Seth Green is there. Oh my god, Forge, stop messaging me. I'm doing my show.
Is he in the chat?
No, he's messaging me on Discord because he wants to debate me tomorrow.
Debate
Oh
what?
god. Are you going to take it or?
Yeah, I'm gonna argue with him tomorrow. Yeah. You guys are
Well,
welcome.
if you said yes
I'm just
already,
gonna argue with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna argue with him, and it's like I'm trying to do my show, and he keeps messaging me. Yeah, so yeah, you guys.
I think he's in love with you. I think he's in love with you.
I think he is. I've the
As
feeling.
Jar Jar Binks once famously said, "How
The
rude."
feeling isn't mutual though. You guys are
Well,
welcome
I
to
wouldn't
show.
think
You
it
guys
is.
are welcome to show up for that because I want to clown on Forge too. Anyway.
Hey, he said he didn't care. Lol, laugh emoji. Lol, laugh emoji.
Anyway, moving on. Mecha G
I'll
saying
try.
he knows. Yeah, Mecha G. He knows it's good. Yes, he does. Mecha G. Moving on.
Keep building these stories and to keep dreaming in this galaxy far, far away.
How poetic.
Clearly, I fall into the I love the sequels camp. But I'll never.
And you are a
But what I love most,
John,
Ray lover.
John, get your fucking like Melvin filter on. Say, DadOfXander is a Disney shill.
Disney Shill.
Yeah.
Fuck DadOfXander. Fuck DadOfXander. Fuck DadOfXander.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is awesome.
I was able to get it pretty close. I feel like I was playing around in the little roadcaster thing for a while.
Yeah. Anyway.
is that Star Wars is for everyone. Not every Star Wars project will be for you.
No. Hang on. No, Star Wars is for everyone except for fake fans, geeks, and people who can't put their politics aside for, just to tell a good story.
Yes.
I like how I paused it like you actually interrupted him. He's just like, excuse me.
Star Wars is for everyone with a brain and common sense.
Yes.
Not for idiots like you.
Fucking.
It's like,
Oh my
it's-
fucking god,
back to
Forge,
watch-
stop messaging me.
But like, I
Forge,
would say
stop.
something like Barney is more your speed.
Yes.
I hate,
Everyone
I hate
hates
this.
Barney.
So he does just have the attitude that I referenced earlier, where it's like, just be positive about everything, accept all the slop, whatever comes out is great. It's the best thing since the last thing. And
I hate
it's just like,
positivity.
He's a
Oh, it's
total
just like-
consumer, yeah.
it's for everyone. Even if you hate something, the biggest criticism you're gonna say is, well, it's just not for me. It's like, no, say the shit if you didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like,
be honest.
Kind of reminds me of a video United Spacers Alliance covered a while back where someone was like, why can't you just be nice? Like, why can't you just say, would it kill you to say, oh, that wasn't a bad product, or that wasn't a bad show, or something like that? It's like, well, Disney has yet to actually make a good show or make a good product with the Star Wars IP. And even if they make a good product, it doesn't freaking matter because it's so surrounded by shit and everything gets undone.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't matter if James, Goldberg's video or whatever the hell his name is, his movie set in the Old Republic does well because it's undone by stuff like James Mangold and his movie set in like the Dawn of the Jedi film because they ripped that off.
I like
They
how you
ripped that
assumed it
off,
was Goldberg just because it's Hollywood.
But it doesn't matter if that movie does well because it would be undone by something like the High Republic or the Acolyte.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if
they're
good.
No, Brandon. His film would undo the High Republic because remember, movies are more important than books.
Except the High Republic technically has a TV show with a Young Jedi Adventure.
True.
Well, it also has the Acolyte, sort of ties into it. Whenever they talk about the hyperspace incident, it was 100 years before. That's referencing the High Republic books.
Yeah.
Because apparently they only discovered hyperspace 200 years before the Phantom Menace. You know?
Oh, now that actually reminds me of a good John Campea video we could watch later on, but I'll say that.
No.
Think of that. We'll
Now,
get to
I
that
could
later.
swallow these massive Smurf floats.
I can't believe there was a shill that dressed up like a freaking Smurf because wasn't everyone freaking hating on that movie before it even came out?
Yeah, the Smurfs have been like they've been graped more than Star Wars. I feel like there's been so many attempts to. It's like it's the Smurfs, dude. Was it ever even that popular? Like, why do you keep trying these Hollywood movies off of it?
Yeah.
Like, I can understand it with Star Wars a little bit because it's like, oh, it's sold a shit ton of toys and it, blah blah blah. Like, we can maybe make money if we make people like it. But like, Jesus, do we really have to keep going back to the Smurfs? Well,
Right.
But
I'm not
everyone
even like this. Never mind.
can find a Star Wars project that is for them.
Yeah,
That's
it's called the
really what's
Expanded
important.
Universe, and it has a wide variety.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone.
Wider
well,
variety
no, but
than people get
it all has to
credit
be new
for.
stuff because we've already consumed that stuff. You need to make new stuff that's also for everyone. That's also only for very specific people. That is also consumed.
Yes.
I can't see myself in this one character. They aren't black.
Yeah.
I can't
Star
relate to
Wars
this
can't-
one character because they're not Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I fucking bought everything related to Blade back in the day, because clearly me, the white ginger kid, is relating so much to inner city vampire hunter black
Well,
guy.
no, John. That's
Oh no,
why
you're a
John.
ginger.
John, that's why Blade appeals to you so much. The two of you don't have souls. Hang on, I gotta catch up on
Last I
chat
checked,
here.
John wasn't a Disney shill.
We gotta catch up
So
on
he has
Disney.
soul.
I gotta catch up on chat. So Mecha G says, "Oh God, popcorn time." That's when Chris says, "Josh is a Disney shill." Mecha G, he looks possessed. Mecha G, oh crap, he looks very possessed. Yeah.
We
Anyway,
got some great pause faces.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I'm gonna have a field day making a thumbnail on this guy. Yeah.
This is whenever he saw Molly
I-
Damon in short shorts. It's like, ugh.
On without a new fan base, without bringing younger people in and letting them grow up with Star Wars. Disney
I'm
has
pretty
brought
sure
us
the fan base hasn't grown ever since Disney Star Wars killed it.
Also, like, you don't even really need the fan base to grow. You just need it like a certain number for it to be like, for it to like just sort of like just idle that way. As long as it's not getting lower and lower, it's fine. You know what I'm saying?
This is when his
Like, again, Star Wars would have done just fine. I mean, to be fair, you had TCW, so that was a bit of a mess up. But
Right.
Star Wars was doing, for the most part, just fine after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
It
This is
didn't
when his
need another
wife
shot
shoved
in the
the-
arm.
this is when his wife shoved the Ahsoka replica lightsaber up there.
What? You better believe I got that shit. Yeah.
Oh God, so that's what he looks like when
Hold on, guys,
he's alone on Saturday
Hang on,
night.
guys. The water's done boiling. I'll be right back. Just keep going without
Oh
me.
shit. All right. Go on without me. No, we're not gonna leave you.
It's
This
just
guy-
us.
He's got the most basic merch too. It's just like, it's never anything like creative. It's just like, I will get the officially licensed helmets and I will get the meme. And then I will get the official BB-8 and someone hanging on my wall. I actually want to know how he did that, but
I mean, I'll give him credit. He doesn't have any Funko Pops, at least from this
oh,
angle.
thank
that I
God.
can
Yeah,
see.
that's very true.
I think
It-
Funko Pops are like the most basic and generic thing a fake geek can collect. Like, I have like maybe 2 Funko Pops max, And one of them was just because it was based off a Batman cover I really liked. But other than that, I have had like little to no desire to really collect Funko Pops and Moss.
I just don't like how they look, and everybody just keeps them in the boxes. You ever notice who has them in their videos or in their backgrounds and shit?
I mean, I rarely ever see them out of the box. No.
It's because they always want to stack them, and so they have to be in the boxes. Because if they were just the Funko Pops, they couldn't stack. So I feel like they just like are like, look at how many things I bought. I have to show you on camera.
Yeah, it's just like. It's part of the reason why being a collector nowadays just kind of sucks, because it's all basic and generic now. Because it's like you have these people with their fake collections.
Alright, my tortellini is boiling. Alright.
This is why I only collect old games.
Bingo.
Anyway, moving on.
So many amazing Star Wars projects and stories that we never would have gotten had they not made the Star Wars.
I noticed that when you say so many amazing projects and stuff like that, you never actually name drop a single one.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Dr. Aphra is pretty great, and don't ask me to go into any more detail on her. Anyways, moving on.
Shows. Rebels. The Bad Batch.
No.
Oh, never mind. He name drops it.
Yeah, he's just naming things that came out. He's not saying what's good about them. A character maybe from them. Can you remember any characters?
Shoot, I still need to come up with a good mock name for Rebels. But yeah, the Sad Sacks, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan Soikobi. Okay, that one's a bit of a stretch. I'm working on that one.
Obi-Wan can blow me.
Oh, I'm stealing that. That is funny.
I know that I'm not the one who made that up, but I've saw it in a comment or something somewhere. But it is a very clever one.
And then there's like Ambor. Like I swear, if he names drops Andor, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Oh, he's probably saving that for the last minute here. He's gonna be like, and of course, we've gotten amazingly adult content like Ambor.
Gregor come back as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hayden Christensen come back as Darth Vader.
Oh, the jangling keys. We had things come back. Yeah, exactly.
Hang on, guys. The tortellini's about to finish. I gotta go take care of that shit.
I so hate the Kenobi show. That was like where my back was broken. Like where I finally was like, yeah, Disney Star Wars is stupid.
That's like, I feel like where a lot of casuals kind of fell off with it.
I mean, when you literally showcase a person surviving a lightsaber stab, despite lightsabers being like one of the most deadly weapons out there, I think that's when a lot of casuals start to wake up, when even the most basic shit is just suddenly wrong.
Well, because a lot of people are still subbed to Disney Plus from like the COVID thing or whatever. And so they were, a lot of people watched it and they got the old actors back. But that's kind of a double-edged sword, because when more people see your shit, more people realize how shit it is.
Exactly.
So
I was one of those subs during the COVID era.
Like my cousin, he asked me about it like right after it came out. I forget when that show came out. For some reason, we were having a family gathering. I forget if it was for the holidays or what, but he was just like, oh yeah, did you see the new Obi-Wan show? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I try not to be as fucking ravenous in real life as I am online, where I'm just like, yeah, I was pretty disappointed by that. I'm kind of like muting myself. He's like, yeah, they got Ewan McGregor back, but it was like, I don't know. It's like, it was pretty unexciting. Like, it just felt like they were just retreading a bunch of stuff to try to force them back into like their popular stuff. And I was just like, oh, thank God. Even like, because he's a very like non-connected, like very casual kind of fan, and he just like was completely disappointed by it. And I was just like, oh, thank God, it's getting through the normies.
Anyway, so let me catch up on chat here real quick. Okay, so Mecha G, he barely blinks, like, jeez. And then Mecha G's like...
he makes a cut every time he blinks, I think.
Yeah, Mecha G, oh shit, keep it away from me! Mecha G, that pause, it's the face even the depths of hell would reject. Mecha G, not much of a flex in terms of collecting. Knights of Undercover, Jake Kenobi. Mecha G, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Mecha G, Qui-Gon is spinning in his grave.
Obi-Wan, come on me.
No, well,
That's what Ahsoka said.
Mecha G, Qui-Gon doesn't have a grave. Remember, Jedis all get like pyre funerals. Anyway.
Anakin Skywalker. Right now, we are getting Andor in a 12.
Oh, he mentioned it,
We
John.
called it. We called it. We called it.
He's like, what? You guys don't like Andor? He's perplexed by that reaction.
Without Disney, there would be none of this.
Thank God, that would
Disney,
be amazing. Holy shit.
Without Disney, the world, for the most part, would be a better place because we'd still have to deal with frickin' TCW.
Yeah.
Without Disney, even this is me going back to like the fucking beginning of Disney, we might actually like have a culture in America where like you don't automatically dismiss all animation as kids shit because they just break records for anime movies, like not even for animated movies, just for everything.
They have given Star Wars so much.
They've given it a lot. None of it has substantiated the IP. It's all just, this is what I always say with Microsoft and gaming, where I'm like, you can either be a gardener or a leech. And Disney has been a leech on Star Wars' success. They have not grown anything like a gardener. They have just like taken something that was already popular and they're like, give me that. Num num num. I'm gonna take it all. I'm gonna milk it like Luke with that fucking thing on the island, and I'm gonna take it. It's like you need to. It's all about trajectory with franchises. It's either going up or down or even. There's definitely gone down since they've taken it.
Right.
Love every decision they've made. Heck, I don't love every decision George Lucas made. But I can never express how grateful I am that Star Wars just didn't fade away with George Lucas.
You know that if you read the EU, you fucktard.
George Lucas is still alive, by the way, because this man is acting like he's dead.
No. This guy would know. This guy would know this if he was even a fan of Star Wars back then.
Yeah, like even before the prequels and shit. Like I had the Star Wars, the Battleship game. I had the fucking telescoping, and this is in the 90s, so it's not like the movies had just recently come out or something. Like it was still
not like
popular.
The expanded universe was just completely niche. You had stuff like KOTOR, you know, one of the greatest video games ever made, or the Micro series.
It used to be a joke even before the prequels, like how many Star Wars games were made. Like I remember from watching X-Play back in the day, they'd make jokes every time they reviewed one, like, well, it's a new Star Wars game this week, just like every other week of the year. Like they would.
That was back when that thing was awesome, not, you know,
well, yeah, before the reboot and before, no,
but it was like yeah, even Spaceballs made fun of how much merchandise Star Wars had, and that was a movie that came out in what, the 80s, like after Star Wars, the original trilogy.
Yeah, it was a few years after Jedi, yeah, so it was like 87 or something.
So it wasn't like Star Wars was completely dead, it was still there.
They made the Disney ride in like the late 80s, early 90s, I feel like. The Star Tours.
Star Tours,
yeah.
Fellow Greedo, got a video on that lately, yeah.
With the original Captain Rex, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's ample evidence to prove that it was not some dying franchise. I mean, the fucking Thrawn trilogy came out in the 90s. It was,
and it served as like a massive sort of shot in the arm for awareness of Star Wars.
Massive
because, you know,
seller. I mean...
Yeah, exactly. It was like Star Wars wasn't dead. I should make a video on it that Star Wars never really died. I mean, yeah, it kind of faded into the background a little. What?
Do it, Brandon.
Do it.
I will. I will. I just gotta save some money because the editing software I finally found costs like $55. Just to get like all the perks, because apparently you gotta pay like a shitload of money just to run a YouTube channel these days. Anyway, but it's like Star Wars may have faded into the background and wasn't as in your face like back in when the original trilogy was coming out, or with the prequels, it was like, you know, you could walk down a toy aisle and Star Wars would have like a massive section of it. but it's like Star Wars was it wasn't just something that, you know, it vanished and then it just immediately popped back up in 1999.
Anyway, let me catch up on chat here. Mecha, funnily enough, someone made a Photoshop of a flying kaiju taking a shit on Space Mountain. Knights of Undercover, Jake Skywalker is an island boy, yeah. Mecha G, it's dead now thanks to the rodent. Yeah, anyway.
The rodent? Oh, Mickey, yeah.
So what do you think? Did Disney save Star Wars?
No.
No.
You're gonna still tell me that Disney ruined Star Wars.
They did.
Yes.
Oh my
I'd
god.
love to hear your thoughts, whether you agree with me or disagree.
Wow,
Okay,
he wants
hang
that
on,
algorithm boost no matter what.
Hell yeah.
Okay, what I love about this is that this guy sounds as if he put together an hour-long video where he has all this evidence to support this idea that Disney Star Wars was the shot in the arm Star Wars needed.
Yeah.
But he provides like zero evidence to really say anything about how Star Wars is back and better than ever. But he still wants like that, you know, he's acting like he wants a debate. He's acting like, you know, hey, do you still believe that Disney Star Wars, you know, is a massive piece of shit? And I'm like, nothing you've said exactly, you know, paints, you know, proves your narrative.
It's because he gave no specific arguments. He pretty much had one point, and that was that, oh, they made stuff, and so now it is better than it was because they didn't make any. I guess he specifically means on-screen stuff. Basically, that they made a bunch of content that went on people's screens, and so that makes it better than it was before. It doesn't matter, and he always obfuscates. Like, whenever people speak, the more and more generalities that they speak in, you know, the less and less of an argument that they have. Like, for instance, this guy, he's just like, oh, you know, I'm not saying they haven't made mistakes. They've made mistakes. But then he doesn't name a single fucking mistake. Because I don't think he wants to alienate any of the shills. No. He doesn't want to say, like, they made some mistakes, like Luke Skywalker's characters. Then you get a bunch of Last Jedi fans coming in going, oh, they messed up Luke Skywalker's character. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't want to say the Acolyte and get all of two fans who liked it to come into his comment section. And even then, I think the number 2 is a bit too high.
Oh god. So, you know, it's so general, and that goes with the 6-minute video. But even in a 6-minute video, you can be specific about something if you narrowed it down in the subject matter a little bit to just not be all the Disney Star Wars era and then try to make a 6-minute. Like, that's the stupid thing. You got to have scope to match your length. If you wanted to say, like, the Obi-Wan show wasn't that bad, and here's why, and you give, like, 3 specific reasons or whatever, then at least I have something to argue against. What the fuck am I going to argue against in this? What am I going to engage with? You just said the most general, blasé things, and then you just, like, tried to obfuscate by saying, oh, but George Lucas also made mistakes. It's like, yeah, that's like saying, oh, Hitler made mistakes, and so did George Bush. It's like, I'm not gonna say they're the same fucking person just because they both made mistakes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let me catch up a chat here. Mecha G, it's hell to the gates not. What the hell does that mean? Hell to the gates not. Mecha G, if you're gonna type something out, give it proper grammar. God, this pisses me off when people have shit grammar in my chat.
Maybe he tried to type my last name of Getz and he accidentally typed Gates. I don't know.
Mecha G, endless rambling, endless ramifications. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway.
Oh yeah,
this video was like a
huge. Willing and able to have a meaningful dialogue in the comments.
Oh.
And if you'd
why
like
am I going to get the
deeper,
feeling that he doesn't want to engage? If he says meaningful dialogue, why am I going to get the feeling that if you actually debunk his points, he's just going to not, you know, call you names and crap like that?
Well, I don't know. Did he respond to anyone in the comments section? We didn't see that.
Yeah, that's what I'll check.
To my knowledge, I don't think he did.
With the last 18 seconds.
Like what little we saw.
Yeah, after this little bit, just to see if he has anything else to say, and then we'll check the comments to see if he responded at all.
Let me know that as well. If you've lasted this long, please hit that like button.
It's only 6 minutes.
And if you love Star Wars like I do, be sure to subscribe, because I not only talk like this, but
you clearly don't love Star Wars.
Oh god, he talks like this.
Solar...
It looks like he's watching me right off camera, and I'm cracking my knuckles, ready to punch him in the face as soon as he closes out. He's got that kind of face, like, oh crap, I'm in for a beating after this.
He's like, her ass was this big.
My props. So much Star Wars.
Oh my god!
Thank you.
Basement
Oh my
floor.
God.
DIY fans come true.
Oh god!
Ooh, D-Day Cobra's on.
Ooh, let's watch the Cobra Cast. I'm just kidding.
From hate to love, why I changed my mind about the Star Wars prequels. Hey, these guys are some sexy looking sons of bitches.
Yeah.
And that is a not sexy son of a bitch.
Oh yeah. You know, that guy with the Darth Vader profile pic, he's extra sexy.
Yeah. Wait, what? Alright. Let me see here. What do we got in
Totally
the
not.
comment section? Anyone
Yeah,
like...
I'm not seeing anything with his profile pic next to it,
I'm just scanning for a reply. Yeah,
Oh, there's one!
Oh, we got one.
Yeah, it might not have turned out how I
let's read the...
Yeah, it might not have turned out how I hoped, but neither did the prequel trilogy. Star Wars is like pizza. I'll always take more pizza, even if it's not my favorite toppings. It's like real...
I love this attitude.
Oh
my god. He doesn't... It doesn't look like he... It doesn't look like he really engages with anyone,
he didn't
in
engage
meaningful
with
dialogue.
anyone. Just this guy. He's like, I love that attitude.
And that only got 5 likes.
5.
So we got people like... We got Solar Voldun, who's got... And the other people, the people who actively shit on his video... with more likes than the rest of these chuckleheads.
You chuckle fucks.
Well, the thing is, it's both a compliment and it's also the most general thing, just like his video. So, and then he just does a very general response where he's just like, I love this attitude. He doesn't even say he agrees.
This guy wouldn't know meaningful. This guy wouldn't know meaningful dialogue if I just read off the entirety of Shakespeare right in front of him.
This is like the guy that, like, you have like a 5-paragraph essay and you're just like, here are my 10 points as to why why Disney Star Wars is bad, blah blah blah. You go very specific, you get it all out there, you know, concise shit, citing writing, citing acting, citing whatever, and he just responds with like, this is why I love the internet. You can have your opinion and I can have mine. I still love it. And that would be like the fucking extent of his response if he ever did. Like, it's just the most...
Oh my god, I have had that happen so...
shit.
Right.
We got one more. 2 comments. He's only responded to 2 comments, and they're both comments that are essentially kind of positive towards his video.
Hang on. Very well said. I watch, and if I didn't like it, I don't go bashing it. I just say I wouldn't watch it again. For some reason, I'm not that invested in Andor Season 2. I'm wondering if I need to watch Season 1 all over again, or if I need to restart Season 2 and watch in the morning, as opposed to at night after working all day and being a little tired. Either way, if it's Star Wars, chances are I will watch it at least once. It's like any movie series, some like them all and some don't. But like Cody Rhodes said, the most passionate fandoms are wrestling and Star Wars. When they love it, they let you know. When they hate it, they let you know too. It says, the second 3 episodes were much better than the first 3.
Nope.
Oh my god, look at Clayton Vino 3710. Don't ask questions, just consume product and get excited for next.
He said that on the other one too. He's calling him out every time.
Yeah.
Julius Caesar, Julius Caesar with
no, this is a great name, Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is like he only responds to 2 comments.
Why am I seeing 3 lightsaber Ray action figures and merchant store shelves almost 10 years later?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why is a story being over a bad thing? George had a vision. He told it. It's done. Why does there have to be more? Because you want more? What about artistic integrity? A franchise either dies well made or lives long enough to become mid.
Well,
you experience the OT, be grateful you did, remember them and appreciate them by showing them to the next gen.
Well,
J.R.R. Tolkien wrote the Lord of the Rings. It's timeless. The Peter Jackson movies are timeless. Peter Jackson... Oh, no, wait. Sorry, I was thinking the... No, Percy Jackson. The books. Why am I thinking that?
We don't need more Lord of the Rings movies. The story is over. Lord of the Rings is timeless because of its quality, despite there not being any new movies. New generations will be shown the old movies and the next and the next. Attack on Titan is over. There's no need for any more of it. Star Wars needs to rest, man. Just let it go.
Oh, fuck Attack on Titan's ending, though. Anyways.
Let me see. Let me catch up on chat here. Sorry, what I meant is that when he said Star Wars is saved, I meant to say hell no, but hey, autocorrect is a bitch. Alright, Becca G, just proofread your shit before you press send or whatever. Mecha G, fuck you shills. Mecha G, nice British accent. Mecha G, I've left the fandom because the shills shat this fan base into a coma. Anyway, now on to that John Campia video I told you about, John. We could watch that shit. This is about the Kiadi Mundi controversy from the Acolyte.
Oh, no!
Oh, yes!
So I swallowed these massive Smurf loads with my blah blah blah. What is that movie? Inside Out. With my Inside Out in the background.
He probably thinks Sadness is a Smurf. Let's be real here.
358K subscribers. He's got 48K views from a year. So pretty much it's topped out at a little tiny fraction of his subs.
Yeah.
1.5K
like only
likes. Oof.
All right, so right off the bat, what do we think of this controversy so far?
So stupid, it's laughable.
Yeah.
Well, look.
That's Disney Star Wars in a nutshell for you. It's so stupid that you want to laugh at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it matters a lot more than the actual detail. Like, what matters is the fact that they don't give a shit about canon and they don't give a shit about changing things that were established during George Lucas. And this is just
they don't even care about continuity either, because again, they retcon their own novels and shit.
Oh yeah. But I'm guessing what he's going to cite here is that like Yadi Mundi's shit was established like pre-Disney purchase, and therefore it doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
It's just my first
bullshit.
Guess. Yeah.
Hang on, John. Don't start playing the video yet. I had to do some slight reformatting because I had to do some reformatting because my phone's about to die and I want to keep an eye on chat. So let me do some shit here.
Right.
Let me get my black squares up.
Wow.
Square.
Racist.
Ooh. Oh, it is not racist to have black squares.
Where's the white squares, huh?
Hey, where are the white squares?
Where are the Asian squares?
Yeah.
Where are the Asian squares?
No, those would be too skinny.
Those are the yellow squares, though.
Excellent good.
Yeah. All right. Okay, that's about as good as I can make it look. Anyway,
I can bring up the chat if you want.
No, it's fine.
I see. You got it up there.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that black bar in between the video and you, John, that's where I'm keeping an eye on the chat here, yeah. Anyway, let's get on with it.
Let's talk about this.
Let's talk about that.
The Acolyte just put out episode 4, and I did an open mic about it the other day. In case there's any confusion,
let me just suck on this.
Yeah.
It's absolutely terrible.
He's stuck on Disney's
What the fuck?
dick.
Why does he have the penguin up in the fourth square?
I don't fucking know, man.
My guess is it's one of his idiot friends not wanting to show his face because he doesn't really want to be associated with this crap.
Yes.
Special guest Colin Farrell in his full penguin makeup that he hates.
Yeah.
He's like, I wasn't
he actually hates it.
Well, yeah, I think that was part of the reason why he said like he was hesitant to do a season 2 because it takes like so fucking long to get in the makeup, and then it's for it to be a TV show and do that, it's like a shit ton of time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have much investment in like watching the Batman again.
Now, if you're somebody who liked it, because I got messages from some people that liked episode 4, and if you did, thumbs up. I'm super excited for you.
No, can't be a shit on them. Like they don't need
reprimand them.
Yeah, you don't need to have your belief substantiated no matter what you believe. If you say like, hey, I just think we should like nuke the whole world, Campy, is he's just gonna be like, well, that's just your opinion and I totally respect it and good for you. It's just like, okay.
Like this guy is made out of marshmallows. He cannot take a firm stance on anything. Except, if you don't like Disney Star Wars, you're toxic.
Right.
Dude, and this whole opening statement, the nostalgia critics started doing it all the time, where they have to preface every fucking even light criticism with, before I say anything, if you liked it, then that's okay, and you deserve to like it. It's just like,
oh god.
It's like,
we
Yeah,
can
I'm
never
so
just
glad I stopped. I'm so glad I stopped watching Doug a while ago.
just casually talk about things. You don't have to be worried about offending one person somewhere on the internet anytime that you say a fucking word. Like,
right.
I mean, hell, I have basically offended people in the Sonic fandom, and I give zero shits about it.
because
Alright.
if there's somebody
Like,
that's offended by an
I will
opinion,
take a
they're not worth protecting like that.
Exactly.
Anyways, Mecha G, I'm grabbing a coffee now, so I'll catch up later. See ya, Mecha G. Anyway.
You liked it. I'm not going to try to yuck on your yum and talk you out of liking it. I just talked about how I personally thought it was completely dreadful.
Yes.
Showed a lack of even the most basic fundamental understandings of storytelling.
Good for you.
And I thought it was just horrendous and terrible.
Yet here you are going to
That
defend an
being said,
aspect of it.
It drives me crazy when something is terrible and there's a lot of legitimate reasons to call it terrible. It drives me insane then when I
the
see some
dramatic
people
pause. Oh my god.
making up absolutely asinine reasons for it being terrible.
I see. So in his eyes, it's only legitimate criticism if he says it, but not if someone like myself or Backseater or Melvin or Grizzy, you know, it's not legitimate when we say it because, you know, we're actual fans of Star Wars. We're actual fans of this property, and you came in on this like 5 years ago or 10 years ago when Disney bought this crap.
I haven't seen anything on the Acolyte in a while, and I was just reminded about we have not one, but two of the most retarded fucking haircuts I've ever seen just right off the bat off a still image.
Not one, not two, not three, not
yeah, we got
four,
LeBron.
not five.
And don't forget the stupid Smilo Ren helmet.
Yeah.
And you know,
Or,
Acolyte, you had one chance to actually get some ratings and make me give your show like, you know, well, it'd still be a 1 out of 5, but I'd be slightly nicer about, well, a watch on a legitimate program, no. No, like they showed one bit of Amanda Stenberg's cleavage the entire show. Like, Jesus, at least objectify your actress with the big tits if you're gonna put out something this shit.
Yeah.
She looked hotter. Like, she looked more hotter when she was attacking us than she was in this actual show.
Yeah. Let me catch up a chat. Mike Cassius. Hey, what's up, Mike Cassius? Here's my unapologetic opinion. Chainsaw Man is way better than Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, damn, Mike Cassius taking a shot at Jujutsu Kaisen. Mike Cassius also, Acolyte would be the worst show if it wasn't for Jake Kenobi, especially Andor. Mike Cassius, the Smilo Ren helmet has been appropriated by Darth only fans.
Oh,
he will not be denied his restitution. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Reasons, not legitimate reasons for something being terrible. It undermines the legitimate criticism about how terrible of a piece of television that episode
Who
was.
are you to say that it's legitimate
before you-
criticism considering you're paid by Disney?
Yeah, like who are you to decide what is and isn't legitimate? Yeah.
Also, real quick, isn't it kind of hypocritical that you have some of these shill tubers with OnlyFans accounts, yet they pretend to get offended if a woman looks remotely attractive on
It's their
TV
choice. If I want to whore myself out, you better not call me a whore, and you better not call me a sex worker. But if I want to whore myself out on OnlyFans, that's my decision, and I should be able to do it as much as I want and make all the money off of it.
Yeah.
As I was doing open mic, a lot of people wrote in with this one thing, and I bring before you the people.
Uh-oh.
People
Here we go.
exhibit Coyote Mundi.
Oh my god.
Is that how it's
when I saw you
pronounced?
said
Is it
I was
Coyote
going to
Mundi?
present people, I thought he was actually going to grow a pair of balls and, like bring somebody on and full blast them. Because it's like, we have no problem singling out people like John Campia, yet they cannot, single one of us out.
No.
They really can't.
No.
Yep. Hey, Campy. Well, he doesn't want to platform you. He doesn't want to, He doesn't want to feed your subscriber growth.
Like, it's extremely rare whenever you're going to see, like, a shill or one of these higher-up channels acknowledge us. Because I think Ant did a whole live stream for Backseater. He tried singling him out. I had, like, one person make a YouTube short on me to try and single me out. He deleted it since because he deleted his whole freaking channel. What?
He was just laughing.
Oh. But it's like none of the bigger channels want to actually single us out. They don't want to directly go after us and prove why we're wrong.
No.
Like, it took years for Knights of Melvin to actually get somebody to make a video on him or even make a Reddit post about him on Saltier Than Crate.
Well, and this is what happens with some other kind of subject matters and stuff, like with Hassan and stuff. He'll point out the critiques that are being made about him, but he doesn't want to platform or substantiate the channels of those people. So it's all in they do it deliberately. Any of these people do it deliberately because they don't want people to go to your channel, find that your arguments are compelling, and then go, oh, well, I'm going to stop listening to this fucker. Because, like, I'm pretty sure that's how I found most of the people that I now, like, follow and shit on YouTube. It's because, you know, you were still, like, tagging along with some of the shill shit, and then it was like, oh, this guy's toxic, and it's like, well, let's go see what he says. Oh, yeah, that's a pretty compelling argument. You're a liar. All right. Gonna unsub from you and sub to him. The court of public opinion is not on their side, so they can't have you see it.
Mike Cassius, this one idiot crying in the comments of the JJ video made a short triggered by me, making fun of his pronouns.
Oh, God.
Plain face saw coming out about this character. Coyote Moody, who makes an appearance
on
the
Acolyte.
Oh, of
course it's a screenshot from the... It's not even like an official screenshot. It's just a mod from the EA Battlefield 2. You couldn't get an image from, like, Revenge of the Sith, where he has a really good close-up shot.
Oh, geez.
Really?
I really like the Acolyte. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I like how Campy is checking out Coyote Mundi here. He's like, look at that wrinkly head. I like him to shove that up my ass.
You know, like he's licking his lips.
That's going on the thumbnail. Hang on, let me get that shit. There we go.
Backseat, you can AI an image of Coyote Mundi twerking in front of him.
I don't use AI, man. I'm all legit. I'm too legit for that shit. Anyway.
Show a basic fundamental misunderstanding of how Star Wars works, number one.
Oh, God.
And is, again, like some things, like Episode 3 was also terrible, but then people made up stuff that was never actually in
Episode 3 of The Acolyte.
And point out what we made up then. Point it out. Don't just say we made stuff up.
No. I don't want to say specifics.
Yeah, if you're not specific enough, then, again, it just makes it easier for people to realize you're lying and you're full of shit.
Look, I'm not going to get into the weeds with you. I'm just going to say it's shit and that you're wrong. And
I'm pulling you into the weeds with me.
It's like, guys, there are plenty of reasons to dislike that episode. Stick to the legitimate ones.
Yes, all right, let's do them, bro.
Pre-approved ones.
It's only legitimate if you say it, though.
Yeah.
There's no winning with you. Because you're going to say, oh, if somebody, you know, says, oh, Amanda Stenberg's character is freaking, you know, she freaking sucks, and she can't act for shit, you're going to probably say, oh, that's not a legitimate criticism. But if you say it, you know, that Amanda Stenberg can't act for shit, it's a legitimate criticism. And it's like, dude, like, what isn't a legitimate criticism?
And also, let's flip this. Like, am I going to tell you that Campia, would you be fine with me saying that that's not a legitimate compliment? If you loved something about a film, like saying, oh, I really love the representation in this film. I'm just like, Campia, that's not a fucking legitimate compliment. That's a nothing burger. It's just like, oh, I can't believe you'd say, oh, massive smurf loads in my face. Oh.
Smurf loads, yeah.
But this Coyote Mooney thing, there's two big complaints that are coming out about Coyote.
God, I forgot how long-winded he was
in this in episode 4.
He has to get them pregnant pauses.
And both are.
I know, dude. It's been fucking 2 minutes. We don't even know what his problem with people's criticism is. That means we're over like a seventh through the video. And
my God.
Still not even into the actual
John-
subject of the video.
John McKinney,
Is
Disney Star Wars fans are girly retards.
Not only that, they can't even form an actual argument, which is why they have to pad out all their damn videos.
This reminds me of Joshy Boy nowadays.
Joshy.
Where he will pad his shit out but he'll do it like in the campiest style where it's more in the presentation. Like Ant does it with just a word salad where he'll just keep gargling a bunch of words out until he's got a 40-minute video, or he'll just like Google a bunch of wikis until he can fill it out.
An hour-long video.
Yeah, exactly. And so he'll just like, he'll Google enough shit, he'll recap enough shit that everybody already knows until it's filled out. These guys, Joshy Boy and Campia, they do these huge pauses, this dramatic kind of presentation. I can only think because they love the sound of their own voice and they think that they're just the most intelligent person ever. Where only Joshua Boy does it with like fake rumors, where he'll be like, guys, I heard something on set the other day. Oh, you're not gonna believe this one. I mean, it is juicy, but I can't reveal what it is. Anyways, moving on. It's just like, Jesus Christ, we just wasted a minute with you telling me absolutely fucking nothing. Like,
oh my God, I've seen videos aimed at children that are nothing more than mindless Roblox videos that have better freaking pacing than these children videos.
It's sad because it's true.
Even the channel I used to moderate for had better freaking pacing than this.
I think they all learn the worst lessons from Howard Stern, because he'll do this sort of shit too, where it's just like you're trying to like make it this epic presentation and then you say the most basic shit, and it's just like, dude, you didn't need the dramatic lead up to that. That was a very normal thought. Like
look at us. Look at us right now. Like right now with us, we're not trying to like pad out the stream.
No.
I mean, yeah, it's a stream. You expect these to be long. But it's like we're actually, providing commentary and explaining and giving examples, and we're not trying to like pause or stretch things out.
Nah.
And they're fucking retards when it comes to they're fucking retards when it comes to Andor and shit. But even them, like, generally, if it's something that I'm also shitting on and I happen to agree with them on, then I will gladly watch like a multi-hour stream, because like they usually fill it up with either like silly tangents, or they're not just like empty airspace, or they know how to make a fucking presentation better than these guys that are just like, they're saying nothing and they're taking a long time to say nothing. It's
Right.
like, Jesus
H. Lucas.
Absolute.
Oh my gosh,
Factual.
Justin's still going off.
Ugh.
He's still going off in the community. He's still going off in the community post I made saying I was going to be on stream.
Hang on, we got John McKinney. Disney Star Wars shills need to be sent to Bullworth Academy to toughen them up. You know what, John McKinney? Since you brought that up, I'm putting on fucking bully music right now. Hang on, let me get that. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Hang on. Give me a
I would
minute.
just
All
love-
right now,
Go around.
let's go.
Hang on, let me get. Hang on.
I think I blew my mic out again.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Are you a Roblox fanatic?
Sorry.
Microsoft Rewards.
Nice
is a
moving.
new way for
Let's
you-
go.
All right, here we go. I got it up. All right.
I always do it as the beginning of Ballroom Blitz, one of my favorite rock and roll songs.
It's a ballroom blitz. All right, let's go, boys. Let's keep going. Let's keep at it.
And remember, I'm saying this is a guy who completely hated that episode.
Yes, we know.
Completely hated it.
Thanks
Somebody
for
who's
reminding
also
us.
paid
The
by
two
Disney.
complaints are, number one, John, they broke canon. No, they didn't.
Oh my God, do you have to be
They
so
broke
overly dramatic?
Yes.
canon in two different ways. Number one,
Number one.
he shouldn't
Quit
be
fingering your
alive
camera.
during the time of the Acolyte, because according to canon,
Yachty Moondy's looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about,
He's
bro?
like, bro. He's all
You could
like,
have just used.
He's
He's
looking at him like
this screenshot.
Yeah, Keanu looking at Campia like Campia, take some Ritalin. What the hell's the matter with you, man? Yeah. Oh, Ritalin. Anyway.
And they're wrong. According to canon, he hasn't been born yet.
That is correct.
All right, we're gonna address that. And number 2, they broke canon like Batman's back over Bane's knee. Because in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, Kaidi Mundi says, the Sith have been extinct for millennia, and yet in this episode, he knows about the Sith.
Yeah.
That breaks
How
canon.
much are you willing to bet that he knows shit about canon tiers?
I'd like to remind everybody that this show has 4 people on it.
Yes.
It's
Like
just
on
been
staff.
Campia. This has been Campia talking the whole time. Like in the beginning, whenever he showed the panel, there were like 4 different people that were supposed to be talking.
Yeah, Colin Farrell's here, guys. You think Colin Farrell would get a word in?
He's like, yo, I think you're full of bullshit. He's like still in character as the Penguin. he's just like, I got you, Campia. I got you.
Yeah.
We're going to address.
Oh, we're going to watch him drink again. There we go.
Let's start with.
I mean, at least he's not eating.
The charge that it broke canon by having him be alive in the events of the Acolyte.
If I were a juror, I'd
when
already just
he
rule
should
against
not
your
have
client.
been born yet. Okay, let's talk about that. To address this point, we got to go all the way back and talk about a certain guy at Lucasfilm by the name of Leland Chee. His official title at one point is the.
He kind of looks like the guy from the Jurassic movies.
Yeah. That guy's
Dr. Wu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's also the guy who plays like the gay coroner on Law and Order, by the way.
Oh,
He also
nice.
kind of looks like Sulu from Star Trek: The Original Series.
Oh, he doesn't look like Sulu. What are you talking about, Brandon?
I don't know about that.
He sort of
one.
gave me that. He sort of gives me that vibe, though.
Brandon,
I think
just
it's
because
the turtleneck.
Brandon, Leland Chee doesn't look like every gay Asian ever, okay?
I was just saying, man.
Oh my god. Anyway.
I don't know that many gay Asians.
Lucasfilm continuity data.
I only know like 36 gay Asians, to be fair.
Anyway. Next.
Base administrator, or as they sometimes called him, the head of canon. Now, in an
I'm pretty
article
sure he
in
was called the
2008,
Holocron Keeper.
Yeah, but
Mm.
semantics.
Campy wants to give him his head.
Yeah.
Anyway.
in Wired, not some Gus's gas station movie reviews fart place.
What?
He just said like oh, this is from an interview from like a super big like magazine, you know, like Wired right there. That's not some Joe Schmo fucking website. And even if it was,
It's not like a tabloid. So
Yeah.
not like a tabloid.
Yeah.
This was pre-election when people still thought legacy media mattered. Yeah, it was from a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in this interview in Wired, talking about addressing the issues of canon, Leland Chee said the following.
Oh, God.
George's view of the universe is his view. He is not, as the primary filmmaker, he is not beholden to what has gone before. The careful tending of the Star Wars continuity has yielded great wealth, but the key to a productive farm is to leave some fields flexible. Again, this comes from an interview with him back in 2000.
Is he gonna get more specific? Because that's just like a nothing burger of a statement.
Right.
Exactly. Like, I think what he's trying to say is Disney can do whatever the shit they want because they're the owners now.
Well, no,
it's like George was the
2008,
creator.
So, you know, he's talking about like the original, like the actual canon, but I think he's trying to play it political by basically being like, oh, we're not going to step on George's toes. Even if he changes something, he's not stepping on. He's just trying to be fucking political here, Campy. He's not establishing some firm rule. He was probably asked about this, about like, what takes precedent, you or George, you know, because that's what he doesn't show is the question that led to this answer. Because who knows what Wired asked him.
Right.
8. It is important to understand something here that Leland's talking about. It's like, before the Star Wars prequels came out, other expanded universe Star Wars content came out.
Oh,
and
okay.
Leland Chee talks about.
I'll give him points that he called it the expanded universe and not,
Not
Legends.
Legends.
Well, back then it was the expanded universe. Now it's, of course, Legends.
Hang on, guys. Let me catch up on chat
Yeah, but
here.
I see.
Let me catch up on chat here real quick. Andor retards say they made the Empire scary. How? Andor made the Empire girly. Yeah, just about. By Cassius, Ki-Adi-Mundi was made a sociopath by Filoni TCW. Oh, we'll get to that on Filoni Fridays, Mike. Believe it.
I don't remember that part, but I believe
Anyway,
you.
I can't wait for that.
Brandon, you were gonna say something and I cut you off. What were you gonna say?
I will give him credit that he calls it the expanded universe and not the Legends, because I see so many Dan channels just call it Legends. They never acknowledge its old name. Like, they don't even acknowledge that it underwent a name change under Disney.
Well, Legends is a cooler name anyway.
Yeah, it means like it doesn't fucking matter. Huh.
Yeah.
Out in that interview that George would break that stuff all the time.
That's not what
Because
he
it was
saying.
in his right to do so as a creator.
That's also like
my
not
God.
at all what he said in the quote that you just cited. Like it was a pretty blasé, like general quote, just basically saying like George isn't beholden to what we do, and Campy took it as he destroys everything all the time, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants. It's like, yes, he can do whatever he wants, but he clearly like somewhat had it in mind because he didn't destroy everything that they did constantly.
Right.
Until TCW.
Right.
And even that's like, you know, he didn't like fucking destroy the new Jedi Order by making that or something. Like, George could have made a shit ton of stuff that would have stepped on the toes. He stuck to one era, fairly focused.
Like, he respected the expanded universe.
Right.
He was the filmmaker. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video.
Oh my God, that is such a terrible place to put an ad.
It's that big event.
There's no build up
the
to it.
Game Time guaranteed. You also have to understand.
Okay, holy shit, that was a long ad.
Fuck.
Not only that, that was like such a weird place to put it. It's like you're in the middle of beginning to set up your argument. You make your point, and then you're like, "Oh, let's jump to an ad real quick." Like, come on, man.
Come on.
Know when to place your damn ads. I have, like, Kadikarus puts like more effort into
his ads.
You know, putting like setting up the ad.
Anyway.
During the time that Star,
which reminds me, the sponsor of today's Backseat Boys is Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah. But, John, we're 2 years late for that. Raid Shadow Legends doesn't make ads on YouTube anymore. You're late to the party on that, John. God damn it.
That just means that their ad time is cheaper for smaller channels like this.
This stream is brought to you by
Minute Maid. There we go.
Blue Apron.
I have not seen a single Minute Maid ad. I see more ads for AI crap than I do for a
fucking
legitimate
advertise
product.
Minute Maid. It's right here. It's like, I drink you guys all the time. Let me advertise you. I'm literally advertising you for free. There's a
I
reason
can do it for Sprite. I can do it for Sprite because I drink all their flavors.
Anyway, moving on.
I'd do it for Mountain Dew Ice. Just send me more Mountain Dew Ice because it's not available for me anymore, and I liked it.
I'll do it for Baja Blast every now and then too. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
I
was
do it
still
for the
owned by
expanded
George
universe.
Lucas. Canon was a
Oh God,
very
he actually is
nebulous
bringing it
thing.
up.
All right, this will be good.
I actually did not think he was going to
At
bring it
Star
up.
Wars, there were actually different degrees of canon, and that always drove me crazy because something's either canon or it's not. It's like saying a girl is sort
No.
of pregnant. No, a
Like,
girl's
it's
either
not
pregnant or
canon is not
pregnant.
universal. It depends on the franchise.
No. He's about to say that like right now, Brandon. He's about to say like, oh, it's not a case of it's canon or it isn't. There's varying levels. He's about to get into that like right now. Anyway.
There's no sort of pregnant. But at Star Wars, and this is important to understand as we're talking about Ki-Adi-Mundi being alive in the event.
Ki-Adi-Mundi, isn't it?
Name, yeah.
At Star Wars, there are different levels of canon, different...
He gets it wrong twice, right? Because it's Ki-Adi.
It's Ki-Adi, not Kai, yeah.
I feel like I heard that in like Battlefront 2 or some shit.
The way I heard it is when Shak T says his name when she's fighting Grievous in the micro series. But she's telling him to hurry up and get out of the damn rubble because Grievous is like just straight up striking down at her.
We got John McKinney.
So,
If
yeah.
anti-EU retards want to claim the EU was never canon because George Lucas didn't write them, George Lucas didn't write nor direct The Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi, so by that logic, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi were never canon either. Exactly. Anyway.
Objection.
Or to take that logic even farther and to drive these idiots up the wall, TCW isn't canon because George didn't write, direct, or even as so much edit a single damn episode.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for you could make an Ace Attorney edit with just like one of the shills on the stand with the sweat beads coming off of them. You're just like, hold it.
Yeah.
Levels of importance of canon, and some stuff that was really canon and some stuff that wasn't. First of all, there was G-level canon. That's what they called it. That is the highest true level of canon. That was G canon because it was George canon. For example, the
foundation on which this franchise was
the
built.
released films overrode anything in the movies, overrode anything in any other level of canon. So you could have a story in a comic book at that time.
And the books respected that. I feel like there was no EU book that came out and said, well, actually, Vader is not Luke's father. That was a lie in episode 5.
Yeah, like
exactly.
I don't know why he's like pointing this out like it's some big deal. Like this is like how like every movie franchise that has like spin-off media works. Like not just Star Wars, but even shit like Alien, Predator, Terminator, whatever.
Our Trek has a lot of books. I've seen them at cons.
Yeah, it's like yes, the fucking movie. Yes, if it started as a movie franchise, the movies will always be treated more important than the comics. Obviously, what's your point here?
But Leland Shee says George wasn't beholden to that. He could come into a movie and make something that completely overrode something that was in something else.
Yes.
Because
he was a creator.
Were G level, and those take priority over anything else.
Right.
Next, there was what they called T canon.
Okay, that's bullshit.
That was
so
television
ignore
canon.
that.
The canonicity level comprising of the Clone Wars, which George Lucas also co-created. That basically
would have also included
if they did something in
Underworld.
Clone Wars.
Wait, that quote was from 2008. That's the same year that the Clone Wars movie premiered.
Right.
That's like barely even relevant.
Well, the show
Like that was the
I'm
year
pretty-
Star Wars began to die.
Well, I think Clone Wars like also like later debuted that year, so it was still 2008. So yeah.
No, but that's what I mean. Like he's acting like this is some big established thing. It's like the very first like TV show. I
Yeah,
mean, was
yeah, well,
the
John-
Droids show like a
Droid-
thing?
Droids, yeah, but yeah, well, John, basically it's like prior to droids and Ewoks are in S canon, so them creating T canon was like a pretty big shakeup for the time.
But then you have the micro series.
Right, that was in
the 2003
C-canon.
micro series, which is technically the predecessor to TCW.
Yeah.
So it's like, why wouldn't that be in T canon if TCW is meant to be its successor?
Right, but anyway, well, that's
Which
a whole other
leads in-
argument.
Leads into Revenge of the Sith so much better, but
Anyway.
George was still totally free to contradict that in the movies as the primary filmmaker. After T canon, the next level down was something called C canon. And that was continuity canon. Most of the materials from the expanded universe, including books, comics, and video games, and by the way, CD-ROMs. You're going to see how this all ties into Coyote Mundi here in a second.
yeah,
So you got big canon, the real canon, G canon. Right below that
missing
is
S
C canon. Then
canon,
you start
and-
dropping.
Let's get
Then
to
there's
that.
C canon, and then there's S level canon next. Secondary
Oh, never
canon,
mind.
elements introduced in continuity that wasn't contradicted by other material. Then
it was contradicted by other
Well,
material. At least
okay,
it wasn't.
It's not so much that like they were contradicted by other material, but more so that like they were older works from like pre-1991 basically that just had a lot of style and whatnot differences from what was to come from the Bantam era. So basically it's like that's basically it. Like if they contradicted anything from the if they contradicted anything from the Bantam era and Del Rey eras, then they had to be discarded. But if they didn't, and they could be brought over without much fuss, then they were canon. So that's basically what S canon is.
I find it so weird that Detours got its own canon.
Yeah, especially.
Like, why wouldn't you just lump that in end canon?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Maybe it would have been so non-canon it looped around having like its own continuity. I don't fucking know. Anyway.
Because you gotta give him the.
I actually did watch.
Yeah.
I actually did watch the one episode that got leaked right before Disney took it down.
Right. Anyway,
Down below that was D-level canon. They called Detours canon, and then way at the bottom was N canon or non-canon. Stuff like what if story.
The N-word, N canon.
Infinities and Star Wars Tales.
Yeah.
Star Wars Tales is so awesome, by the way.
Anyway, we got Darth Disabilitas. Wow, actually made your stream live. Welcome, Darth Disabilitas. Anyway.
No. You will use the handicapped entrance.
Yeah.
Such as the first 20 issues of the Star Wars Tales of the Comic anthology. So, you got all these different levels of canon, right?
Okay.
C-level canon was not a priority.
Okay.
Material from expanded universe stuff, books, comics, video games. These are things that were free to be contradicted that would then become S-level canon because...
Why did he not contradict them more often then?
Why didn't he just steamroll over them then?
Seems like he cared at least a little bit. Didn't he integrate like one of the ships into the special edition of A New Hope?
Yeah, Dash Rendar's
The Outrider.
Yeah.
Then there was like he referenced Quinlan Voss and the Battle of Seleucami.
Mentioned the Battle of Boz Pity too. Yeah.
He also Ayla Secura was thrown in.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'll never give Lucas crap for that.
You also have he also had it that no one could write about the Clone Wars or what Anakin and Obi-Wan were doing prior to the original trilogy back in like the 80s because he didn't want to just completely steamroll over that.
Well, the fact that he gave them any advice or pointers or changed anything in the EU canon shows that he cared at least a little bit about it. Because he didn't just give them free reign to do whatever the fuck they wanted. He had rules. He had times where he told them no. He had times where he told them to do certain things or to steer them in a certain direction.
Like Dark Empire.
Yeah, I mean, I know this just from seeing purist shit. So, yeah, Campia, you're just wrong on that one.
That secondary canon, elements that were introduced but then later contradicted by either T-level canon on television or G-level canon, the George canon.
No.
Why is that?
See, you would have an argument there, sort of, if it wasn't for the fact T canon contradicts G canon, therefore it can't be canon, period.
Well,
it can't be canon to the expanded universe because it contradicts everything in the expanded universe.
Brandon, I get what you're getting at, but this is not his argument. We have to stay focused. He's talking about the Acolyte and shit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I like to run off
Brandon,
track.
keep your eye on the ball, Brandon. All right, we got John McKinney. Andor groupies need to be sent to Bulworth. They will respect the Bulworth order.
He really likes Bulworth. All right.
Anyway.
The Andor guys would be the nerd faction.
Yeah.
Here's why it's important. Because Kai-Adi-Mundi's age, that everybody's running around and clutching their pearls about, screaming that Kai-Adi-Mundi wasn't alive at that time, was never canon.
I like how we have.
Yes, it was. It was in marketing material for the Phantom Menace.
And we have time to shit on him during his pregnant pauses without even missing anything that he says. That's how padded out his video is. We have time to correct every fucking thing that he misses.
Oh my god, we're like 9 minutes in, and I don't think he's even gotten to the point where he's going to debunk his second point.
I'm getting to it.
It was never canon. Kai-Adi-Mundi's year of birth was never once mentioned in anything T canon, television canon, nor was it ever mentioned in anything G-level canon, the movie-level canon.
Tie-in material, idiot!
So only the first two matter is what he's saying.
Oh, God. Of course he is.
He shouldn't have bothered with 4 through 6. He could have just said these two, and then the rest doesn't matter.
I wonder why he includes T-Canon then.
Let me see here. We got, hang on, we got Darkness Builds Backseat. Can you give me any tips for starting a YouTube channel? My disabilities get me down sometimes, but you're way more retarded than I am, and you figured it out. That's a case-by-case basis. Like, how are you disabled? It's inspirational. You don't want to look up to me, Dark Disabilities. I ain't inspirational for shit. John McKinney and or groupies would be a part of the preps, given their snobby personality. Good point. Yeah, Darkness Build is what's your disability? Anyway, moving on.
That was just a great lead. Can you give me advice? But you're more retarded than me, so it's inspirational.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like you could get a few of the shills with that.
Yeah.
And just be like, what's your inspiration? And then just follow it up with an immediate backhand on the back half of the compliment.
Yes.
This is what everybody's clutching their pearls about. The birth year of Coyote Mundi and his birth age literally came from a 1999 CD-ROM.
Okay, so
George Lucas approved of, by the way.
Insider's Guide CD-ROM is the only
pretty official.
Coyote Mundi's year of birth or age is ever mentioned. As such,
so what?
It was never true canon.
Okay, fine, but
here's
the thing about that though. So even though, first of all, I doubt it was ever truly canon. But it's like, I doubt it did maintain some level of it. But it's like, even then, it's like, it still informed a piece of media that was canon, right? It's not like we're talking about like a character like who was only in the comics, like Quinlan Voss. It's like this is a guy who was actually in the films, right? So, yeah.
But
exactly.
is Quinlan Voss as iconic as that the High Republic main bad guy? What's his face?
Marchion Rowe, yeah.
I legit could not remember, and I listened to several of those books.
This goes to show you how good Disney Star Wars is.
Oh my god, I just remembered a bunch of lesbians in those fucking High Republic books. They were constantly shitting out engineer lesbians. That was what finally broke me of even the books, where I lost all hope for even giving authors a chance, because they started using Jim, like XIM. Yeah, they started using those fucking pronouns, and I legit like didn't even understand what they were talking about until I realized it was the pronouns, because I was listening to an audiobook, so I was like, the fuck, is this guy having a stroke? What are these words that are spilling out of his mouth? I'm like driving my fucking van around listening to these words. I'm like, what the fuck? I rewound it 15 seconds on Audible, and I'm like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. I think they're using pronouns.
This is coming from the same authors that wrote about periods in a Padme Amidala novel.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, hang on. Dark Disability. Look at my profile picture, you retard. I'm full on Stephen Hawking. Okay, so in that case, then, like, just if that's the case, then, like, make your shit visually interesting, because I bet you're not going to be moving around all that much. So that's just my tip. And
wait, are you supposed to be dead?
But if you have trouble speaking, don't use text to speech or AI or whatever. Just fucking.
Yeah, because YouTube's gonna outlaw that shit pretty soon.
Good. So yeah, man up and just fucking like. So just man up and fucking like just be on camera yourself. Fucking.
It's in the title, bro.
It's in the title. We're the fucking Backseat Boys, dumbass. I'm surprisingly mobile. Okay, well, there you go. So it looks like you're also to go. It looks like you're just don't go walking around all that much. That's all I got for you, man. Anyway.
I'm just picturing Stephen Hawking with fucking robot legs now.
Pacing around with his little robot, his voice box.
Yeah. Backseater, what is the name of your stream? I can't find it.
Level canon, or at best, it was only ever C-level canon, which George Lucas himself established was totally ignorable.
But it was still...
George Lucas himself said that level of canon is totally ignorable, and anything intelligent...
What did he say? Do you have a quote for that, or?
Hang on, go back 10,
he
go
doesn't.
back 10 seconds, John. Hang on, let's piece together.
Lucas himself established was totally ignorable. S-level canon, or at best, it was only ever C-level canon, which George Lucas himself established was totally ignorable. George Lucas himself
present a quote.
said that level of canon is totally ignorable, and anything in television and the movies can override that.
You got a quote for that?
The whole argument that people are crying about Coyote Mooney's age was never a canon thing. You got
Yes,
to
it
get that in your heads.
was.
It was never.
So he's going, all of this is going off that 2008 quote still,
Yeah.
where the guy was pretty
I
much
think
just being
so.
political and saying like, oh, we're not, because I can tell you exactly why he said that. It's because they probably had a show coming out, you know, the Clone Wars show. And he was probably like basically covering his ass, like, okay, if this contradicts anything in the EU, or if George makes a future movie that like contradicts something in this, then yeah, we defer to him, basically. Like, we don't need to make like a fake internal conflict here at Lucasfilm. Like, you know, maybe we'll contradict each other at some point. It's not a big deal. And so I think Campia is taking way too much off of that. He's like trying to make it into a big thing where it's like, he said nothing else matters. It's like, no, that's not what he was saying. He's trying to keep himself or Lucas from having to answer stupid questions in the future.
We got Evan in the chat. What's up? But yeah, it's like, just hang on. Who the fuck is doing? Hey, Jeremy, how you doing, you beautiful son of a bitch?
Hey, I have a little bit of time before time, so I figure, you know, so I don't have long, but I figure I might as well.
Alright.
Not really doing anything else right now, so I might as well. So,
Do it.
we're watching John Campia.
Yes.
What? No, this is Mr. Grizzy. Don't you recognize him?
Oh, yeah. The Kitty Mundi. Oh my god.
Hey,
Yeah, so basically he's established
Evan,
that,
Evan, will you be able to mute your mic this time?
I can, because I'm at home and not work this time.
Nice.
But
So
I did just
yeah,
back in the theater. I actually got back a few hours ago from watching Eddington.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. I'm really excited to watch that one.
It's
Very nice.
really good, surprisingly good.
Ooh, that's good to hear. Because I saw Beau's Afraid like 2 years ago, and it really got me into like Ari Aster. So I was really excited to see what he was gonna make next.
And I'll also say, much to my surprise, it's actually politically even. Like both sides legit get a say, and it's not just one-sided.
Okay, that's good.
Anyway, but yeah, so to get back on point here, it's like, okay, so even if George Lucas... Okay, so first of all, yes, I agree, George Lucas wasn't beholden to the EU, and he could contradict whatever he wants, but, like, to say overall that, like, Coyote Movie's birthday isn't canon, just because, like, it's on a CD-ROM, it's like, well, that's still, well, like... again, to reiterate my point, it's like that CD-ROM was still kind of canon because, you know, it relates to, like, a character in the movies, right? So,
It's George Lucas.
I mean, my feeling on the whole controversy is it's like, what is even the point? Oh wait, okay, I'm sorry, I have to go. Bye.
Well, Jeremy was... Well, Jeremy added a fuck ton to this video.
Well, I think the Shields got the Jeremy. I think the Shields found him.
Yeah.
I think to finish up on Jeremy's point, when it comes to the Coyote Mundi thing, I can understand why they wanted to put him there because, for starters, yeah, jingle the keys, get all the prequel fans excited to see a character they recognize. But also, he was the one that says the whole quote, the Sith has been extinct for a millennium. And the Acolyte kind of toys around with that particular canon, so maybe they thought they put him there, it would make that quote hold some kind of like, water per se, but at the same time, that show in itself was easily like dancing around the line of like canon breaking.
Like you could have easily had a lot of Jedi that were on screen in the Phantom Menace that just didn't say shit. Like any of the ones featured in Robot Chicken sketches, basically, like the long neck dude.
I was about to say, like, had they not do Coyote Mundi and put in like Yoro Poof instead, I'm sure there wouldn't be as much
Or even
outrage.
fucking Plo Koon, because Keldor live a fuck ton. But anyway.
Okay. Yeah, getting a Asari in there, crossover with Mass Effect.
But not to mention, Yoro Poof, like Yoda, are the only two Jedis in the prequel movies to appear in the High Republic, and that Acolyte show is meant to like cater to the High Republic era, so that could have like done a little bit of promotion for the books because Yoro Poof was also in them.
Yeah, but anyway. But yes.
True.
But yeah, so like I don't really see like how the fuck this would I don't see like how him appealing to the canon ranking system proves his point or whatever. Anyway.
Maybe you need to swallow a few Smurf loads before you understand his arguments.
Yeah.
I do not want to picture what a Smurf load is.
It is a piece of information that came from this place. A CD-ROM.
He trashing on CDs, Campia. PlayStation 1 had some cool games, and they were all on CD-ROM. Fuck.
CD-ROM, computer games.
There's tons of great songs on CDs. I mean, I listen to like a majority of rock and roll songs on CD.
I still get CDs with some of my limited run games, you know? They give you the CD-ROM soundtrack to stuff like Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
You guys, hang on, Darth Disabilitist, hang on. You guys gonna watch Blue's Clues next? What? Darth
Yes, I'm doing a deep canon dive on Blue's Clues. That's actually gonna be my next channel playlist.
No joke, no joke. One time at work, when we were dead in the theater, we did a legit deep iceberg dive into the lore of Blue's Clues, and many of my work staff and my team lead did not know that Blue was a female.
Darth Disabilitist, shit is trash. You guys are never gonna crush any puss with a name like Backseat Boys. I can give you some...
wait. Who is this?
I don't know why Darth Disabilitist. I don't know why he made such a fucking heel turn all of a sudden. I
think he was trying to lure us in. I think he was trying to bait us.
I can give you some advice. I stay wheeling through the cooch. What?
Hey, whether he's just trolling or whatever, it's fucking making me laugh. I don't care.
A name like the Backseat Boys, he probably should choose a better Sith name like Darth, other than Darth.
I'm actually gonna rename my channel pretty soon. It's gonna be the Cuck Chair Boys. It's purely to make Backseat Boys look better, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like a sick CD-ROM though.
It was an awesome. I had this thing.
Oh, now we're gonna glaze it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna suck more of this brown
it was
jizz
a very
down.
Good CD-ROM. LucasArts was getting into the interactive stuff.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. I'm trying to get the creepiest possible face. Hello, ladies.
Maybe we should go back to a couple of frames when he has his fists raised high.
Yeah.
Do you like my wart? You can suck on it if you take these glasses off.
Technologies. Okay.
Campy is Canadian, by the way.
That puts that to bed. That's charge number one.
That explains a lot.
Cannon.
He always has to do that same motion. It broke cannon.
Also, I didn't realize it until just now, but looking at him, he looks like the long-lost cousin of Stephen Colbert.
Right.
I
keep getting him mixed up with I keep getting him mixed up with who is it that Mr. Grizzy, John
Roca?
I forget his name. What?
John Roca?
Yeah, Roca. He kind of looks like a slimmer version of Roca.
In a white
well,
he
with Roca. They were both on
Roca.
They were both on Collider together, and also Roca is fucking white. I'm so tired of him trying to play that Latino card whenever he's fucking white as a ghost like me.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna bring it up whenever it's culturally appropriate. Oh, I'm white past.
Imagine, I remember he was reviewing episode 7 of The Acolyte and how disappointing he was, mainly because watching a person of color commit these atrocities against the culture, and then the white female leader comes along and says, let's just cover everything up.
Yeah.
By him being alive in that era, we've just firmly established they did not break canon because it was never true. Even by the old Lucasfilm standards,
you didn't really present any actual evidence that says otherwise.
No,
you
you
presented
said,
your little PowerPoint, and then you said my PowerPoint is true.
You basically, oh, it's not true because it's a CD-ROM and not a movie.
But I love the CD-ROM. I'm gonna even glaze it, even
But
as I say it doesn't
tie-in,
matter.
like it's tie-in material to the movie. George would have overseen that. But of course, he doesn't bring up that George oversaw the EU. He never oversaw C canon.
Nope, he never paid a single bit of attention to it.
Canon. Never was. All right. So let's go on to charge
Okay, you
number
failed
2.
to debunk that. Let's go on to number 2.
They broke canon.
There he goes again.
By Coyote-Mundi in The Phantom Menace saying, the Sith have been extinct for a millennia, and yet in The Acolyte, he's talking about Sith. The Sith have been extinct for millennia, says Coyote-Mundi in The Phantom Menace. But here's the thing. They never broke canon. Why?
Yes, they did.
Because in The Acolyte, Sith is never mentioned or even ever considered a possibility. In that,
he's wielding a red lightsaber and he's using the dark side of the damn Force. What do you think he
wearing
is?
all black. Like, come on, man.
I just love the Acolyte cut of the Phantom Menace that I'm imagining in my head, where he's like, impossible, the Sith have been extinct for a millennia, and then Leota's just like, but another dark side user with a red lightsaber we did run into 200 or 100 years ago. He's just like, oh yes, them, but the Sith specifically, it's completely different, Master Yoda.
Not to mention, Darth Plagueis was cameo dropped into that show.
Yeah.
So it's like the Sith
sure
were
was.
in there. Like he's on the same
nobody knew
planet.
about him.
Like he was on the same planet as Smilo Ren, so we could only assume that Smilo Ren trained under Plagueis.
Is that possibly the
'Cause I
cheapest
refuse to
cameo
ever believe
ever?
that-
Sure.
Yeah, he's been called Smilo Ren by a couple people.
Yeah, I know. It's like a fan name, like when they were calling Grogu Baby Yoda.
Well,
Yeah,
I'd say this was more of a vindictive way. This was usually people making fun of him or calling him Smilo Ren. Whereas
I just can't be bothered to call him by his real name of Queer Mirror.
Alright, guys, moving on.
Yeah.
Come on.
scene in the Acolyte that Coyote-Mundi is in, that you can see in this picture. In that discussion, those Jedi standing around concluded that whoever is training Rey must either A, be from a splinter order of the Jedi, or B, she's being trained by a Jedi. If you go back and watch the scene,
okay, if they didn't know what a Sith was back then, they wouldn't know to name drop the Sith 100 years from then. They made the Acolyte too damn close to the Phantom Menace, and you can't admit it. Like, why would they not know it and then suddenly gain the knowledge if they never... Because if they're discovered, then obviously it contradicts the Phantom Menace. If they're not discovered, it makes no fucking sense why they say Sith 100 years later. And not now.
Those Jedi's mind, Sith is not a possibility. Because they believe there is no such
But
thing
it
as
is
Sith
later.
at this time. So they conclude in that meeting that either a splinter order might be training her, or a Jedi might be training her.
the meeting makes no
literally
fucking sense.
says, I mean, Queer Mirror literally says, you may call me, I am what you may call Sith. Like, he literally kind of owns up to it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they name dropped the actual thing. And then also, like, he's just pointing out why the meeting in the Acolyte makes no sense. Because they conclude all of this, and they don't say Sith.
They never go for the most obvious, but they never go for the most obvious answer.
Yeah, you're just pointing out why the writing in the Acolyte doesn't make sense from another perspective. Because obviously they would say Sith.
That is what they conclude.
For no reason.
So this crying about, they broke Kanan because in Phantom Menace he says the Sith have been, why is Coyote-Mundi lying? He's not. In the Acolyte, Coyote-Mundi...
They could write in this show, they could just be like, they could have fucking Anakin show up, and then the Jedi just have a meeting afterwards where they're like, oh, we don't know who that person was. It definitely wasn't Anakin. And then he'd be like, they explained it in the show, guys. They had a meeting. They said it. It's totally not contradictory to have Anakin show up in this show.
And all those other Jedi still believe that the Sith are extinct. Their conclusion, that must be another Jedi training her. That is what they conclude.
A Jedi killing
no
other
reason.
Jedi? Excuse me, I'm pretty sure that if a Jedi turns evil, they're probably a Sith.
Right.
Broke canon because of his whole thing about the Sith being gone for millennia is completely wrong.
Because of a Passover line?
Dead wrong.
So a Passover line
Charge number one.
can do anything. It can just they can make whatever contradictions they want as long as they have one character say, you know, that makes complete sense, then you'll just instantly accept it.
And then this show can be overwritten by a movie because The Acolyte's a TV show and
Yeah.
not a movie.
Exactly. You know what's even fun? You know what's funny? We're 13 minutes 36 seconds in, and not once have his other panel members spoken.
Yeah.
I know, it's just it really is the John
dead.
Campea show.
That they
Colin Farrell
by his
sat
age
there
being
for
there,
15 minutes.
His
They
age was
died
never a part of actual canon. Now listen, guys, go back and watch my open mic from yesterday. If you want to look for some legitimate reasons to crap on episode 4 of The Acolyte, which I absolutely detested, I'll give you a full laundry.
You can only dislike it for the
Okay,
same
so-
reason I did, or you're stupid.
Yeah.
I want to march right over there, grab him by the back of his hair, and then slam him right into his mic.
Wow.
And go,
His mic has a big
you
cushion.
are a stupid idiot. You know nothing.
List of true legitimate things to go cry about. Don't start complaining about things that aren't real.
Only complain about the things I complain about.
Complaining about his age. Never canon in the first place. The Sith are extinct.
His age.
Sith are
It was
extinct.
canon.
Never said otherwise.
Queer Mirror literally owns
Yes,
up
this
to it.
whole Gitamaroo about people crying about
Gitamaroo?
Mundi. My God, people, find some legitimate things to complain about because there are a lot.
Suck on
I'm
this.
about ready to shove
When
that
you
damn
complain
mic
about
down
this
your throat.
irrelevant nonsense like this that isn't even true,
Shove it down the
you
long way.
undermine the legitimate criticisms about that terrible piece of television that was The Acolyte episode.
Okay, you've repeated the same point 4 times. Jesus.
I'm sure some of you guys will have some thoughts about that later.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to fire in some thoughts, but what do you guys think? I mean, listen, maybe you're one of the people that actually enjoyed episode 4 of The Acolyte.
Who is he talking
I'm
to
jealous,
right
and
now?
I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and I'm not trying to undermine your
Because
enjoyment.
he said at the beginning that people emailed him or some shit. So probably like 3 people told him that they liked it, and they're the chronically online, like completely fringe Disney fangirls who are just like gonna love everything. And so he's making a whole segment to say, "I'm not hating on you. Don't call me a grifter. I'm just I think you're valid.
They
I
always have
validate
to
you."
make that distinction that they're not, one of, they have to make that distinction.
Yeah,
that
and that's
they
all this
don't-
is. It's a big disclaimer to avoid that accusation. Yeah.
Exactly. They don't want to be associated with us in the slightest.
I'm just letting you know, I personally thought it was
I
terrible.
personally-
And I talk about why I thought it was terrible.
But also, any of your
Yeah.
criticisms are not legit. Even though this is all just my personal opinion, any of your criticisms, if they're different from mine in any way, are stupid and they don't matter.
Exactly. He's touting his, his criticisms of the Acolyte as legitimate, but then it's like everyone else's, if they don't line up with what I say, they're not legitimate.
But this whole thing about Coyote is such a great example of people who want to hate something, and instead of spending the time to actually find the legitimate things to complain about, they make shit up to complain about that isn't even real. So
Except we didn't make shit
that's
up.
my thoughts on that whole situation. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the
You
comments
already
section
said all
below
this.
and let us know your thoughts.
Let
Hey
us
guys, thanks
know.
so much for watching this video.
Oh, it's my pre-recorded thing.
All right, John. So
Judge Judy or Law and Order, but for what?
Oh my God! Look at the fourth comment. John, you deserve credit for your research and pushback against the lore nerds. What research? What pushback? Except there is an official episode 1 guide published by Lucasfilm in 1999 that shows Ki-Adi-Mundi's age at 60 years old, as well as 2 separate Topps cards showing his age at 70 during Attack of the Clones. His birth date is clearly shown as 92 before the Battle of Yavin.
That's 3 examples of actual published products that showed his age, all licensed by Lucasfilm. So no, he should not have been born at the time of the Acolyte.
And let's see what the genius himself has to say.
So
you didn't watch the video.
Oh my god. Well, I
The
mean,
episode 1 guide was...
Oh my god.
Oh, the guides are now considered sea-level canon, huh?
Like to note,
pretty
Camper
sure
got
they aren't.
ratioed on his own video.
So he bypassed multiple times. His birthday is listed as 92 BY. Well, stop it. His birthday was set in stone until Wikipedia magically erased it after fans complained about the episode.
Never trust a Wikipedia. I learned this with fucking One Piece whenever they changed Yamato's gender, despite they held a poll, and the guy who runs the wiki was like, oh, this poll didn't go the way that I thought it would, so I'm just gonna say, well, thank you for your feedback, but we're gonna ignore that poll now, and we're just gonna change the wiki anyway.
Lucas himself broke sea-level canon many times, yet John doesn't give a single example.
Yeah. Anyways, John, now that we're done with that shit, let's get around to reading that article, and that'll be the end of it for today, shall we?
We're wrapping things up, boys.
Wrapping things up. This is the final thing of the day, and then we'll let y'all go.
We're in the home stretch, boys.
Yep.
It's been a long battle.
Yeah, after this,
Where's
I got
the article?
I said I DM'd it to you.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not seeing it.
It's in Discord. It's just scroll up. I sent it to you before this Campia video.
Oh, okay, the Jedi Arc. Yeah, okay, Disney's most strong. Okay.
Alright, so who wants to read this video off? Alright.
I'll probably do it.
Alright. Alright, Brandon, you do it.
Okay. Disney's false promise of it's all canon. The Sad Sacks aired its first episode yesterday, and in the first few minutes of the show, Star Wars canon is once more rewritten, despite Disney's claim that everything, movies, shows, books, comics, even games, is canon. This is not the first time canon has been rewritten by a movie or show, of course. So the question is, why does Disney still insist on calling certain things canon, when in fact they can easily be rewritten by a movie or TV show? Click through for a discussion, because we need to fucking get some engagement. And spoilers for the Sad Sacks apply, so don't click if you haven't seen the show yet or would like to avoid spoilers. I don't know why you would want to do either.
Right.
Alright, scroll down. Oh, wait. There's a picture of a bunch of Disney Star Wars novels.
Right.
Wonderful.
Oh, the wonderfully loved Aftermath trilogy.
Yeah,
right
everyone
here.
loves that
Amazing.
In the Sad Sacks, rip off Kyle Katarn, aka Caleb Doom. Doom? Really?
Doom, yeah,
from
Doom,
from Rebels
Caleb
appears in
Doom.
the first few minutes. It turns out the Sad Sacks are helping him, his Jedi Master, and the clones with them out of a pickle. But then Order 66 is executed, Caleb's master is killed, and Caleb manages to escape. Hunter from the Sad Sacks, who is not affected by the inhibitor chips, of course, because bad writing, goes after Caleb, trying to rescue and help him, but Caleb won't trust any clone now, not helped by Crosshair firing at him, and gives Hunter the slip.
Oh, I remember this episode. That was like the first one.
The problem here, it flat out rewrites and contradicts rip-off Kyle Katarn's backstory from the rip-off Kyle Katarn comics. The comics also show us how rip-off Kyle Katarn, aka Caleb, and his Jedi Master are affected by Order 66. But as it turns out, the story is completely ignored by the Sad Sacks.
Also, guys, I just want to remind y'all, if y'all want to hop in and say anything, just tell just tell Brandon to stop reading and just say what you want to say. Obviously, anyway.
This is not the first time so-called book or comic canon has been ignored and rewritten. Season 7 of Fake Clone Wars largely renders the Ahsoka novel non-canon. I was right! I pointed it out earlier. The Mandalorian Season 2 completely rewrites Cobb Vanth's backstory from the Aftermath novel. I'm just gonna sit upright. I am getting a neck cramp.
Sit upright, man. Come on.
Have good posture, you fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on my bed, man, so...
I'm sitting on my bed. That's no excuse not to have good posture, Brandon.
I'm sitting on my Tifa
I was lying
potty pillow.
down. I was lying down for most of this, but
I'm sitting on my stool chair. My computer's on my desk.
The rise of Palpatine turns Poe Dameron into a drug runner and ignores his comic backstory. The Last Jedi ignores the Force Awakens novelization and establishes that Poe meets Rey for the first time after the Battle of Krayt, where in the Force Awakens novelization, Poe and Rey meet much sooner, and so on. Congratulations, you just showcased that Disney Star Wars cares nothing for continuity.
Right.
It's very apparent that there are still two tiers of canon, just like in the old days under Lucas. Tier 1 canon is movies and shows. Tier 2 canon is everything else, which means it can be rewritten at any time by a movie or show. So the question is, why does Disney still insist on calling books, comics, and even games canon when it's very apparent that it's not true? The huge difference between Star Wars books and comics under Disney and Star Wars books and comics now labeled Legends is that back under Lucas, books and comics had much more freedom. Since it was Tier 2 canon at best, or not really canon at all, the books and comics could tell grand stories. Much of the current Disney Star Wars canon is gap filler. It mostly fleshes out biographical details, which can be ignored at any time by a show or movie, as is evident, but is not allowed to go big. In my opinion, Disney should rethink their canon approach and stop labeling books or comics as canon, and instead give authors more freedom again to tell stories that may fall under the Legends category, but which would result in more epic plots.
So hang on, right there. Do we agree with this person's assertion or no?
No.
Well, I don't think it would make a big difference I think maybe you'll get some better books out of it because, as I said before, right now all the Disney books, at least when I stopped reading them a few years ago, it was like they all just felt like filler. It was like, they never could do anything significant, kind of like what they're saying, where it's always got to be like in some sort of gap in the story or for some insignificant character or something. So yeah, you could technically get more significant stories, but then they would just be instantly decanonized anyway, so it still wouldn't matter. So it'd be like a temporary boost, but then ultimately it would just get you the same result where it doesn't matter.
I mean, the one problem I see with this is that they're still saying that they're trying to imply that the EU was never canon in the first place, which is why it could do what it did, which is blatantly not the case.
Right, yeah, but anyway.
The High Republic aims to solve that issue by exploring a new era, not yet really covered by movies or shows. But what are the chances some High Republic comic or book will be rewritten once a writer for a movie or show comes up with a new, better idea that contradicts certain events in the comics or books? Will the story group intervene and say, nope, you can't do that? The story group is actually a lame duck, though. They have no actual power over movies and shows at all. They can make suggestions, which can all be ignored by the writer and director. Then what's the freaking point of having a story group?
Exactly. Pablo Hidalgo, he's so cool.
On the plus side, if you really dislike certain Disney Star Wars comics or books, how about all of it? You can safely assume that they're all Legends. Screw you if you think it can be Legends. Legends. Because a movie or show can and will rewrite canon at any time. And it makes sense, of course. Why should a comic book, which is read by a couple of thousand people, have any impact on a high-profile movie or show that is watched by millions of people and prevent the movie or show from telling its story? So when Dave Filoni wants to sad sacks to meet Caleb Doom, they do. No matter what the rip-off Kyle Katarn comic book said, hardly anyone, compared to the millions who usually watch a show or movie,
ever read the comic to begin with. Yeah, because the comic industry sucks right now and no one likes Disney Star Wars.
Even if like that were well, that is true, Brandon. But even if it weren't the case, it's also just like the sheer fact that movies and comics and games just get more attention than fucking like that movies, games, and TV shows just get more attention than comics, right?
Yeah, and I will say though that the old EU novels were consistently like very, very high selling compared to the new ones. Like Heir to the Empire and shit was read by a lot more people. So in that sense, he's correct that nobody reads the new Disney shit because they know it's not going to matter and they know it's not going to tell any significant story either.
But what about the people who are actually invested in all the books and comics? They have to see how the supposed canon is rewritten again and again and again. Who would be invested in Disney Star Wars, though? Disney's promise that it's all canon is a lie. Books and comics and games certainly as well are all wedgins in the end. No, they're not. So maybe it's time to stop the charade and establish once and for all that only movies and shows are actually canon, whereas books and comics are campfire tales, Elseworld stories, and wedgins. Stop saying that.
Alright, well, even then,
it would provide the writers with new possibilities. The Star Trek franchise never had any issues at all with completely separating the books or comics from the actual canon, the shows and movies. Star Trek books can do pretty much everything, and fans are not confused by the idea that books and movies/shows are two entirely different things, and that books are just what-if stories and certainly not canon. In the end, Disney labeling everything canon creates more issues than it solves. What do you think?
This is a lazy cop-out.
Oh yeah? Why,
it is.
John? Why do you think it's a lazy cop-out?
Oh, because it's basically saying we can't manage these different mediums, so let's just fuck off and just say none of it matters. Nothing matters. It's the fucking red letter media approach. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just like you could also have a third option in addition to the two that this person is proposing, which is be competent. Have an actual story group that knows what the fuck they're talking about and can actually talk to the filmmakers and stuff who can put their foot down.
And actually have like fucking power over them, yeah.
And you know who would have that power is Kathleen Kennedy. She could she has, her dominion is Lucasfilm. She could tell Tony Gilroy and say, wait a minute, we already did K2SO's meeting with Cassian, and it was in this comic book. You need to stick to that because we said to everybody that was all canon. And you know what? Poor Tony, he may cry, he may bitch and moan. Well, no, because it's not even a fucking significant part of the show, and he makes a big deal out of the fact that he just had to change it. It's like, I don't even give a shit about Disney Star Wars canon. I still think he's an asshole for doing that.
Yeah.
Like, he's just lazy is all it is. It's just fucking laziness where it's like, oh, I can't think about that. Gosh, I have to think for 2 seconds and read 3 pages of a comic book before I start writing my show. Fuck you. I'm just going to write whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
Like, jeez. Like, you could give a little bit of a shit about being in a continuity.
Like, the problem I want to bring up is that they can't seem to understand that, why not give the story group some actual power? Why not put some, why not go the route George did with Leland Chee? Leland Chee's entire job was to make sure that everything lined up properly.
And like Leland Chee's like still working there if I'm correct, right?
As far as I'm aware, I do think he's still working there, but he doesn't really do anything anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, saying that it can now be treated as wedgins is a downright insult, because that would just muddy the waters.
I mean, yeah.
We still have problems with idiots still thinking stuff like the Tarkin novel can be part of the wedgins continuity, which it can't because, written under Disney Star Wars. But, this is a lazy cop-out. Why not just, wake up and actually do your freaking job?
fans care about continuity and canon. To say, oh, it doesn't matter, is like, okay, then what's the point of investing in a monthly comic book series if I know it doesn't really have a significant impact? With something like Star Trek, it's like, yeah, you're getting fun adventures starring the Enterprise crew, even if it's not something acknowledged by the movies or the shows. You can enjoy it because it's most likely going to be well written, and you know, it at least still acknowledges stuff from the shows and the movies. It's not going to just do whatever the hell it wants.
Evan, you've been pretty quiet. What's your take on this? Evan probably. Oh, go ahead.
I'm not asleep. It's just I really don't have a point on this, honestly. Mainly because, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care about the books all that much.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna get invested in Star Wars, I'm not gonna read. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna criticize.
John,
Heck, even the Disney shows don't seem that invested in their books.
Yeah, John, your closing thoughts on this?
If you're gonna make money from the books and license the books, then you should care about what the fuck is in the books. Lucas was way less connected to the EU than Disney claims to be, and yet he paid way more attention to it seems, and actually influenced it more than anyone. But that's because he was an actual leader, whereas Kathleen Kennedy is just like, I don't know, everybody do whatever the fuck they want. I can't even get 3 directors to coordinate. How am I supposed to get authors? It's just like, I don't know, I'm gonna go get drunk over here. Bye.
Well, you can't even hire a stupid writer to stay on the Rey film.
Well, in any case, guys, I'm going to end it right here. So if you guys enjoyed the stream, please give a thumbs up, comment below, stars the stream, subscribe to hear more streams like this.